Good afternoon, everybody. Pigskin Pete here. Happy college football Saturday to everybody. That was a major hurricane, wasn't it? Oh man, half the people where I live evacuated. I mean, I have a worse thunderstorm on any given afternoon, but I'm glad it wasn't that bad, so nobody had to deal with anything. Let's see who we got in the chat here. Yeah, I think this LSU and Auburn game should be a really good one. I hope it is. Obviously, you guys know me. I could care less who wins the game, to be honest with you. Doesn't mean anything for Clemson. Clemson doesn't play either one of those teams this year. So, but I hope it's good. I think Auburn's going to win the game, but I would like to see a close game. Good afternoon, Miranda Dansby. How you doing? Nick Bro, be spooky. He says, "Holy, it's Pete." The finisher. Good afternoon, sir. Catholic Church is right. Has already been kicked out. I didn't read what he said. I'm sure it was retarded, like most everything he does say. Good afternoon, Jake Reynolds. How you doing, sir? Uncle Lou, good afternoon. I'm sure if you're here, you're amazing and fantastic. Otherwise, you would not be here. College football maniac in the house. Prince 6'1", my man, says Pete. What's up, Prince? College football maniac. I know he's in Columbia. He says, "Hell yeah, Pete. My truck's in the creek down the street. Nothing at all here." Is that true? I know you're kidding. He was being inappropriate to you already. Yeah, well, that guy just shows up just to be an idiot. So, but good thing got him out of here early. No big deal. So let's talk a little bit about what the games today so far. Obviously, everyone beat up on the teams they were supposed to beat up on. The Georgia beat up on their team. Clemson tried to beat up on Georgia Southern, had 3 turnovers and 2 missed field goals, still won by 4 scores or something. But anyway, Trevor Lawrence looks like he needs to be the starter from here on out. I'm sorry, Kelly Bryant just did not look good before he got hurt. It's just the way it is. I mean, everyone, if you're a Clemson fan, you love Kelly Bryant, just like I do. But at the end of the day, listen, Trevor Lawrence is a better quarterback than Kelly Bryant is. It's just all there is to it. That's becoming more and more clear every single week that goes by. Now, Kelly Bryant did have some pretty big plays in that Texas A&M game, but what's up, buddy? Huh? That's a golf ball. The golf ball? Yeah. Right. Pete Jr. Hey, buddy. Hey, can you go downstairs with Mommy? Daddy's busy. What? Yeah, thank you. Anyway. This Iowa State and Oklahoma game that's on right now is really good. It's 37-27. Well, it was 31-27, so I guess it looks like Oklahoma's going to win this game. Iowa State always gives them problems, don't they? Good afternoon, SEC Football Tube and Comic Dude. How you doing? Did you guys see Syracuse beat the snot out of Florida State? Man, Florida State's terrible. I mean, we knew that they weren't that good after that LSU game, or the Virginia Tech game, I mean. But, man, they're one of the worst teams in football. I mean, terrible. I don't even know what other word to use to describe the way that Florida State looks. I mean, they have zero offense. Zero. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I know. What's that guy's name? Butler? Yeah, that guy is nasty. The Iowa State receiver. He's made some big plays. Yeah, he's like Megatron. He's definitely an NFL receiver. Good afternoon, Hound Dog. How you doing, sir? He says, "I was hoping for some momentum going into the Florida game. We'll see how it goes." Florida State, the best team in Florida? Yeah, no. No. They're the worst team in Florida right now. Not even close. Iowa State's still trying to score here. There's only a minute and 22 seconds left. They've got the ball, second down. Hold on a second. And kid hasn't bothered me all day long. As soon as I get online, he wants to have daddy time. That's the way it is, though. All right. Comic Dude says he has a headache. He needs help. Tell you what game I'm looking forward to tonight is that TCU and Ohio State game. That should be a great game. Ohio State's favored to win by a couple of touchdowns, I think, last time I checked. But, Oklahoma just intercepted it. Game over. Yeah, but I listen, I think that they better not get caught slipping. All right? They don't have Urban Meyer on the sideline. He's still suspended for this last game here. And, you know, it's basically in TCU. It's in Dallas, which is close to TCU. And Gary Patterson actually plays defense over there in the Big 12. So I can't wait for that game. Good afternoon, Billy Dawson. How you doing, sir? I'm sure if you're here, you're amazing and fantastic. Otherwise, you would not be here. Yes, Prince. Great point. Prince says, don't you think Clemson is trying to play too many players? I get depth is important, but damn, we barely give the first team time to get into a rhythm. And that's the whole problem I have with this 2-quarterback thing. That's it. I don't even care if they choose Kelly Bryant to be the starter and bench Lawrence, then do it. I don't like this. Kelly Bryant plays one quarter. Lawrence plays the next quarter, and they switch back and forth quarter to quarter to quarter. First of all, for a guy like Trevor Lawrence, you can't get into a rhythm like that. He's a passing quarterback. Kelly Bryant, it might not matter as much for him because he's going to run 70% of the time anyways, more than he passes it. But I agree. I know what Dabo's doing. He's using these games like Georgia Southern and, of course, the first one against Furman. You know, he's trying to figure out who the first string is. I mean, there's a lot of competition at some of those positions, but I agree. I mean, we've got the third string out there in the second quarter, and we're only winning by a touchdown. It's like that's not the time to be having competition on the field. I mean, there was, you know, no way we're going to lose that game, but I don't know. I get it's. I agree with you. I agree, especially the quarterback position. Yeah, at least do halves. Yeah, I agree. Stuff happens with Lawrence in the game. Offense looks more alive. Yeah, listen, there's a noticeable difference. Even on the screen passes, even the short passes, his arm, the ball gets to the receiver twice as quickly when Lawrence throws it as it does when Bryant throws it. He's just got a way stronger arm. And he's more accurate. And did you see he made a couple big runs today, too? Lawrence did. He's faster than people think he is. And he's huge. He's 6'6". I mean, he's not filled out all the way yet. He's still got to gain some weight. But for a true freshman, he's big. He's bigger than Watson was when he was a freshman, even weight-wise. He's certainly taller, 2 inches taller than Watson. Yeah, he's got a rocket for an arm, no doubt. Now, Ryan Reedley says, let's do a score prediction. You want to do a score prediction for the LSU and Auburn game? Is that what you're saying? All right, I'll do, let's see. I'm going to say, I think this would be a fairly low-scoring game as a total. I don't know what the over/under is on this game, but let's say, I'll say 27 Auburn, 17 LSU, 27-17. Some could say that's low scoring. Nowadays in college football, that's low scoring. It didn't used to be. That used to be a high scoring game. It used to be 14-6 was a low scoring game. Shit, I mean, a lot has changed in the past 5 years or so, or 10 years. LSU 27, Miami 24. That game's over, sir. Sorry. Miami's not playing LSU today. A Pack fan, good afternoon, sir. He says, I'm no longer having a heart attack. Hashtag fire Mike Stoops. Hashtag it was a mirage. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see once they get into the meat of their Big 12 play there. I mean, I know they played Iowa State today, which is a tough team to win against, but let's face it. Oklahoma on any year doesn't have any business losing to Iowa State. They just don't. Big talent gap there. The UGA game might have been the most boring game you've watched. Yeah, I didn't even watch any of that. I was flipping back and forth between the Clemson and Georgia Southern game, obviously, because I wanted to see Clemson play and some of their players. Justin Ross looked awesome too. He had a couple of big plays and a touchdown. And in the Syracuse and Florida State game, I couldn't take my eyes off of that game. There's something about watching Florida State just get crushed by everybody they play that is compelling to me. I like watching that. Jesus, kids, man. This house has been quiet as a mouse the entire day. As soon as I get online, they want to start acting crazy. Mizzou at Purdue should be entertaining tonight. Yeah, I've got Drew Lock in my college fantasy league, so I'm hoping that Drew Lock gets like 8 touchdowns. That'd be great. Billy Dawson was watching that game too. Yeah, you didn't get to see the turnover backpack, did you? Because I don't think they had any turnovers. At Florida State, they won't go to a bowl game this year. You know what? They might not win in single ACC game. Now, can you believe that? How crazy that would be if Florida State did not win one single ACC game. That'd be the first time that's ever happened. Hughes really hadn't won the ACC game since they beat Clemson. Huh? Yeah, no. They lost after they beat Clemson. They went 0-4 after they beat Clemson, and then today was their first ACC game this year. So yeah, that's right. FSU might go 3-9 or 2-10. Yeah, that's very possible. Hey, listen. Let me get your guys. Ask your advice on this. If Willie Taggart only goes 2-10 or 3-9, does he get fired after 1 year, or do they give him more time? I don't think he's getting fired after 1 year. SEC Dog says Florida may not win a single game in the SEC either. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's possible. I think it's more likely for Florida State not to win an ACC game than it is for Florida not to win an SEC game. I think Florida's better than Florida State. As a matter of fact, I think Florida's going to beat Florida State this year for the first time in a while when they play in November. Taggart, I don't know what's going on down there. He should have stayed at Oregon, shouldn't he? Florida is having a down year. What's up, Eric Birch? How you doing, sir? Good afternoon. Jamie McCaslin says turnover purse. That'll be next. I'm glad that Clemson doesn't have any goofy crap like that. Turnover this, turnover that. How about just win the game? Florida State made Syracuse defense look like it's elite. Yeah. I'll tell you what, though. Syracuse does have a good offense. The quarterback, Dungy, is one of the best quarterbacks in the ACC. Period. But, yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter who you trot out there on defense. You're going to make Florida State's offense is going to make you look elite. All right, here we go. So the game looks like it's coming on here. We'll see. So LSU obviously had that pretty impressive win over Miami, and everyone was saying LSU's back, blah, 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 blah. Of course, you already know how I feel about it. I made a video on it, and, every LSU fan from here to China hates Pigskin Pete already. We already know that. But I said in that game, listen, Miami didn't play good, and to be honest, Miami doesn't have any offense. Looks like they may be getting a little bit better, but they haven't played anybody, on LSU's level or a Power 5 team since they played them. But then LSU last week goes out there, beats the cupcake game they're supposed to win, but they look like they struggled a little bit on offense. Here's what I'm getting at in a very long-winded way. LSU's got a really good defense. They do that every year, though. They've been missing an offense since Obama's first term. But they're better on offense this year probably than they've been in the past 4 or 5 years. They're still not good enough to compete, in my opinion, with Auburn, Alabama, Georgia, the other upper-tier teams in the SEC. So we'll see how they do today. I think that I think Auburn's offense this year looks really good, and their defense is their defensive line anyway is right up there with Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State. I mean, they've got an elite defensive line. So I think they're going to give Joe Burrow everything he can handle today from a defensive standpoint. Good afternoon, Christopher Goodrich. How you doing, sir? Miami is a bigger disappointment than Hurricane Florence. Good afternoon, Dennis Wilson. He says, "Yo, Pete, what's up, you rock rubber ramp runner?" I love that guy. I'm not going to even read what Prince wrote. Taggart's blowing something whistle. Taggart won't get fired because right now he's doing really good on the recruiting trail. Well, you can recruit the 12 or 11 best players on offense to start for your team. The 11 best players in all of America. But if you can't coach, then they're not going to be worth the crap. He's already got more than 4 and 5 star players on his team than anybody in the ACC other than Clemson. And they're right there with Clemson as far as recruiting goes. Right now, the players on the field right now, and they still can't win. So that tells you something right there. A Pac fan says he could coach at Florida State and recruit. All right, here it looks like we're about to kick this off. Don't you guys hate? You know when you're watching sports and they have the local weather map on the screen, it takes up like a quarter of the freaking screen in the bottom. It blocks like the score. I can't see what down it is even. They've got this giant map of South Carolina that says tropical storm. Meanwhile, it's not even raining. All right, here we go. LSU kicks the ball off. And Auburn, it's a touchback. So Auburn's getting the ball first. Let's see how they look. You've never seen the weather map? Well, they do it here. They do it. My local news station puts this giant weather map on the screen. It just stays there. It's so annoying. All right. So here we go. Looks like you got Martin in the backfield behind Stidham. Stidham's in the shotgun. 1st and 10. Here we go. The ball is snapped. Hands it off. Run up the middle. And he's stuffed at the line of scrimmage. No gain. So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 25-yard line. Martin Dubé. How you doing, sir? Good afternoon. He says he can't see the game. How's it going? It just started. Literally, this is the second play. Auburn's got the ball first. It's 2nd and 8 from the 27-yard line. And the ball is snapped. Stidham rolls to his right. He's looking. And he throws it. It is intercepted by LSU. What was he looking at? So, second play of the game. Auburn turns the ball over. So LSU is going to take over deep and looks like right around the 30-yard line or so of Auburn. LSU is going to have the ball. Listen, if Auburn is going to... terrible pass. I mean, the guy was not open. He was trying to do something more than what he could do. He should have just either ran out of bounds or threw it away. It wasn't even a long. It was a 3-yard pass anyways. What was he trying to accomplish there? All right, here we go. Joe Burrow. He's got the ball at the 34. It looks like. And Burrow passes to his right. It's complete. And it looks like about a 5-yard gain. Maybe 2nd and 5 from around the 30-yard line, 29-yard line, or something like that. If LSU could get a touchdown here out of that turnover, that would be huge for them early in this game. Coach O almost exploded in that interception. And the pass is batted down. So it'll be 3rd and 4 for LSU. Right around the 30-yard line. Good afternoon, Austin Jensen. How you doing, sir? I'm sure if you're here, you're amazing and fantastic. Otherwise, you would not be here. All right, here we go. 3rd and 4. Burrow in the shotgun. When the ball is snapped, he looks. The quick pass complete for a first down. Big first down right there. That's some soft coverage by Auburn right there. They should have pressed him. I don't know what they were doing. They just let him get that ball. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. LSU, Burrow under center this time. Hands the ball off. And it looks like about a 2 or 3 yard gain there to be 2nd and 7, 2nd and 8, something like that. UCF is not better than Miami. Sorry, UCF fans. Yeah, I got an argument in the comment section the other night with this guy that was telling me that UCF is the best team in the country. They should be ranked number 1 right now is what he said. Oh, man. And he really believed it, too. He wasn't trolling me. All right, here we go. 2nd and 7 from the 20-yard line. LSU in the red zone. Ball's hand off. Run up the middle for about a 1-yard gain. So it'd be 3rd and 6. I'm looking for another one of those short slant passes or something like that to convert this first down. I'd be surprised if they ran the ball. Good afternoon, Lewis Hill-Settinger. Lewis Hill-Settinger, good afternoon, sir. Welcome to the stream. All right, here we go. 3rd and 6. Burrow. Oh. Something happened. The flag on the play looks like either a false start or an offsides. We'll see here. I didn't see what happened. All right, so that was against LSU. So now it's 3rd and 11. It's a false start. All right, Burrow in the shotgun from the 24-yard line. He's back to pass. He throws it complete over the middle down to the 10-yard line, 8-yard line even. It'd be 1st and 10. That's 2 third down conversions in a row where the receiver was completely wide open. Auburn is not looking like they're on their A game as far as these short intermediate passes are going. So far, they're having a lot of success bottling up LSU's run. They're not doing anything to cover these receivers, though. So, LSU knocking on the door. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. Ball is snapped, handed off, and he is stopped for a 1-yard loss. And Auburn's really doing good against that run so far. They need to do something about stopping that pass. Yeah, Dennis is beating his chest about Miami being the best team in Florida right now. That's not hard whenever Florida State and Florida look so bad. All right, here we go. 2nd and goal. Burrow in the shotgun. They got the safeties down in the box. They're loading everything up. Burrow takes off and runs and gets all the way down to the 1-yard line. Wow. 3rd and goal from the 1. Joe Burrow takes it on his own. Design quarterback run. Well, it looked like an RPO. He decided to hold it. And he gets all the way down to the 1-yard line. Another step, he'd have been in there. He's a pretty big kid, isn't he? Looks big. UCF is the best team in Florida right now, says Prince 6'1". All right, here we go. 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. And they're running the Wildcat. Touchdown LSU. So they're running the Wildcat. So the running back's taking the snap, right? So you know who's keeping the ball, right? The running back. That's all. They're telling you exactly what they're going to do before they do it, and you still couldn't stop them. So it is 6-0. LSU strikes first. Made good on that interception. The second play of the game, Stidham throws an interception, deep in his own territory, and LSU takes it down the field, converts 2 third downs in the process, and then gets a touchdown. Not looking too good for Auburn at the moment. Lou will make you broke betting his picks, says Ryan Reilly. Hey, Paul Warren, how you doing, sir? Good afternoon. Austin Jensen says, "Noel till I die." He says, so, Austin, you're a Seminoles fan. Well, I know what you think. I know you're extremely disappointed right now. Are you one of these Seminoles fans who are already calling to fire Taggart, or do you think that he needs more time to implement his type of system and blah, 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 whatever, all the talking points people say about first-year coaches? Your feed is about 4 minutes behind what you are seeing. It shouldn't be 4 minutes. That's a long time, sir. It's really only like a 10 to 12 second delay from YouTube when I'm live. So I don't know why yours is that far behind. You sure you're all the way fast forwarded to where I'm live on your video feed? So Auburn needs to come out on this next drive and score, or at least move the ball. Cammy, good afternoon, sir. Out in the earth. Good afternoon. He says he's a UGA fan. Well, I've got lots and lots of those that visit my channel, so you'll fit right in, sir. Lee Smith says they are outplaying themselves. Hey, Tiger Nation. Good afternoon, sir. National TV is a 5-minute delay. Maybe he's at the game. I don't know. Don't sleep on Troy or Appalachian State. They are really good football teams. Troy is pretty good every year. Yeah, I agree. Did they end up beating Nebraska? They were beating Nebraska last time I checked. That was like late in the third quarter. Did Kansas win? Kansas was actually favored to beat Rutgers. That might have been the first time Kansas has been favored to win a game in the past few years. Yeah, Troy did win. Troy beat Nebraska 17-10. Yeah, they are good. They beat LSU last year. They played Clemson. I guess it was 2 or 3 years ago, and played them close at Clemson. They're one of the best teams in that conference, in that Group of 5 conference. All right, here we go. LSU's kicking it off. Here's a touchback, so Auburn will take over again at the 25-yard line. Let's see what Stidham can do here. Right now, LSU, I know it's only been one drive. LSU is looking like the better team, which is surprising to me. So. Here we go. Yeah, I'm very impressed with Joe Burrow in his first few games. He looks really good. While he was sitting behind J.T. Barrett is ridiculous. All right, here we go. Stidham passes it to the left, complete for no gain. And did he fumble the ball? They're saying it was incomplete. Oof. So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 25-yard line. Kansas won 55-14. Man, Kansas is a juggernaut, aren't they? Hell, what are they, 2-1? That's the best start they've had in a long time. That's as many games as they won all of last year. No, more games. Last year they were 1-11, I think. All right, here we go. 2nd and 10. And somebody calls a timeout. Looks like LSU. Yeah, LSU calls a timeout. All right, Comic Dude 45. See you later, man. Thanks for stopping in. That's a fumble. No, they said it was an incomplete pass. Yeah, how did they call that an incomplete pass? That was definitely complete, wasn't it? That looks like a fumble to me. I agree. Who said that? Ryan Reedley. I agree. That looks like a fumble. I mean, he caught the ball, tucked it, and then the guy hit him and it came out. That's definitely a fumble. They should reverse that. I think they'll reverse that. Talk about a nightmare for Auburn. 2 consecutive turnovers, inside the 40-yard line, inside the 30-yard line even. Oof. I say they're going to overturn that. They didn't, did they? They didn't even look at it. Wow. They got lucky. So 2nd and 10. That was a fumble. But 2nd and 10. Stidham back to throw. Oh, Auburn just looks so flat right now. Incomplete. 3rd and 10. All right, I think it's time to open a beer. Anybody want a beer? All right, here we go. 3rd and 10. Stidham in the shotgun. He drops back to pass. He's got all day. Throws it over the middle, and it's almost intercepted, so it'll be incomplete. The punt team comes on the field. Auburn. Man, Auburn. Auburn looking terrible these first couple drives, aren't they? They've got to shake this off. LSU right now just looks like the team that wants it more. Billy Dawson says LSU is going to slaughter them if they don't get it together. Yeah, I agree. You should have seen this play that just happened, Notre Dame versus Vandy. Channel's that on? There's a lot of good games on tonight. I'm really looking forward to the Alabama-Ole Miss game tonight, too, and the Ohio State-TCU game. I'll be channel surfing like a maniac tonight after the stream's over. What channel is that Notre Dame and Vandy game on? ABC? No, it's BYU in Wisconsin. I can't find it. Duke and Baylor. Georgia Tech at Pitt. I don't see it on my cable. It's on NBC. Nah, I don't know. Yeah, there it is. You're right. Thank you, NBC. I don't know how I missed that. Listen, I think Alabama's going to slaughter Ole Miss. You're seeing a lot of people saying that Ole Miss has a chance to upset Alabama. I don't see it. Now, Ole Miss might be able to keep it close for a half or so because they can actually. I mean, they've got a great offense, but I don't see any way they can stop Alabama's offense. Their defense just isn't that good. Yeah, you're right. Notre Dame's always on NBC because they had that contract. Yeah, believe me, every Notre Dame fan likes to remind me of that every minute because I'm always, bitching about how they don't join a conference. Jazzy TV, how you doing, sir? Good afternoon. Hey, big win for your Bengals the other night, right? That was a big win for you guys. Anyway, he says, who do you got winning this game? I got Auburn. Yeah, I picked Auburn to win the game. What was my prediction before the game started? 27-17 is what I said before the game started. Now it looks like I'm going to be wrong, at least with that. I think Auburn's got the better team. They're not looking like it right now. But listen, it's still early in the first quarter. There's a long way to go. Jimmy C, good afternoon. Scotty Smith, good afternoon. Jimmy C, Bama fan. Ole Miss, this season is Oklahoma's last season, but with the worst defense. Damn. The only difference is I don't think Ole Miss has a Heisman contending quarterback. Damn, house flying here. Heisman contending quarterback on his roster. All right, LSU's got the ball 1st and 10. Play action down the left side, caught. I thought he caught it. Would they? Yeah, they called it a catch. Big play. Be 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Ooh, man, I don't know. It looked like he stepped in bounds. It's very close though. He got one foot down, his right foot or his left foot. Yeah, it looks like it's in bounds. I'd say that'll stand as a catch. They called it a catch on the field. Yeah, they're going to review it. They review every play. Yeah, the Ole Miss quarterback is good. He's in Hawaiian too, isn't he? Isn't tonight the Battle of the Hawaiians? I call Tua the Flying Hawaiian. So I'll have to come up with a nickname for this other guy. The Driving Hawaiian? I don't know. Yeah, it looks inbounds to me. There's not really a camera angle that gets you close enough to see if he touches the white line or not. But it looks like he's in. I'd say they're going to call it a catch. The Battle of the Hawaiians. The Battle of the Pineapples. There's going to be all kinds of memes about that. Trust me. The throw-in Samoan. I've heard that one before, too. Yeah, Hawaii does have a lot of elite quarterbacks. You're right. Mariota, Tua, this other guy. I'm sure there's more than that. But those are the ones that played in major programs, started. All right, here we go. So it looks like they called it a catch like we thought they were. So 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line in Auburn territory. All right, the ball snapped. He throws it deep to the incomplete. Overthrew him. He was covered anyway. I don't know if he overthrew him, if he was just throwing that away. You're flipping between the Big Ten Network and CBS right now. We got you. You've said it 8 times now. Go 1330. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing? Here we go. 2nd and 10 from the 38-yard line. LSU in Auburn territory. Burrow back to pass. Throws a little lob pass. It's caught. And another 1st down. They get it. Looks like about a 12-yard gain there. Flag on the play. I don't know if this is after the fact or what. Gonna call a holding on this. Personal foul. Chop block. That ball's coming back. So what'll it be? 2nd and 20 or 2nd and 15? I got the sound down on this thing. I can't hear it. I'm only projecting here. Yeah, that was definitely a chop block. There's no doubt about that. I'm not sure that guy was in a position to make the tackle anyway, though. It's kind of far away from the runner. All right, here we go. 8 minutes and 58 seconds left in the first quarter. It's 2nd and 18. LSU's got the ball at the 42-yard line of Auburn. And the ball is snapped. Burrow drops back. He's running, being chased, throws it out of bounds, throws it away. And what is that? Another flag? Flag on every friggin' play. Jordan Temu, I'm guessing that's the Ole Miss guy, right? It's from Pearl City, and Tua and Mariota are from Honolulu, St. Louis High School. Okay. Dennis Wilson wants LSU to win this game, so his loss against them can look better. Yeah. All right, here we go. 3rd and 18. Stidham, back to pass. He throws it deep. And nope, it's incomplete. He was covered. There's no way he was going to catch that ball, even if it wasn't overthrown. So it looks like finally Auburn gets a stop on defense. And they are going to be outside of field goal range, I would imagine. Yeah, way outside. So they're going to have to punt it. Good afternoon, Josh or Sean or both. How you doing? Hey, guys, I saw the video you posted earlier saying that you were doing your Sunday night game from, what was it, Henry's Tavern or something there, in Dallas area. That sounds like it'd be a lot of fun to do a live broadcast on site from a bar. So I'll be definitely tuning in for that with you guys. Another flag on the play. Ed Orgeron. He sounds like he's yelling when he talks. Imagine what he sounds like when he's actually yelling. SEC Football Tube says, I have arrived. Boom Gang says, hey, I thought you were going to mod me. Oh, I forgot. I forgot to. All right, here we go. I don't know, what's this flag for? All right, so it's 7-0. Another TV timeout. 8 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first quarter. TTD Tyler, good afternoon, sir. I'm sure if you're here, you're amazing and fantastic. Otherwise, you would not be here. He says, who do you have winning, Pete? I'm assuming you're talking about this game. And I picked Auburn to win the game before the game started. I picked Auburn 27-17 was my score prediction. But, yeah. So, but right now, LSU's looking like the better team. Auburn's got to get it together if they're gonna win. Okay, it's Josh. Hey, didn't I tell you, Josh? You always got to post your name when you come in here so I know who I'm talking to. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be fun. Yes, this is a great chance to tell everybody. If you're new here, please hit the like and subscribe button. Listen, hit the likes. All it does is help my position on YouTube. It helps YouTube distribute my videos or my live stream to more feeds, so to get more potential viewers. So listen, it doesn't cost you a single dollar to hit the like button, so why not hit it? And the subscribe button would help too. What I do, if you're new here, is I upload several videos a week that are completely meaningless and pointless about college football and even NFL football. And I do 2 scheduled live streams a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 4 p.m. for 1 hour. And we talk about all kinds of stuff on there. We talk about whatever you want to talk about or whatever's hot in the news of college football. And, of course, I do 1 live play-by-play and reaction live stream every single weekend for a primetime college football matchup. And I will even be doing 1 or 2 Carolina Panthers games this year, if you're a Panthers fan or an NFL fan. Haven't figured out which games I'm going to do of those yet. So, we have a lot of fun on here. We do a lot of trash talking, but we all have one thing in common. No matter which team you pull for, we all love football. So hit the like and subscribe button, and maybe you'll get to hear me talk trash about your team, if you're lucky. Jake Reynolds says, can I send a super chat? Not until I get 1,000 subscribers. You can't. So that'll help too. Share my videos on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube even, whatever. Get me to 1,000 subscribers, and that would help a lot. Do the Eagles-Panthers game, he says. All right, here we go. Stidham, back to pass. Throws it, and it looks like it's caught. It is. That was a hell of a catch. Falling down backwards. So big. The first big kind of, well, not even a big play. The first any play for Jarrett Stidham in the passing game. There's a flag on the play, though, of course. What kind of game would this be if there wasn't a flag on every play? It looks like it's against the defense, so the play will stand. And they're going to move it another 15 yards. Big-time mental mistake by LSU. What was the personal foul for? Oh, face mask. He did, too. He grabbed his face mask. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. And Stidham hands it off, and they go nowhere. Well, maybe about a 2-yard gain. Be 2nd and 8 from about the 47-yard line. 8 minutes and 6 seconds left in the first quarter. It is 7-0 LSU. Auburn has not been able to get anything going offensively up until now. Let's see if they can capitalize on it and turn this into a scoring drive. 2nd and 7. Stidham back to pass. And he throws deep to his right, and it is caught way downfield. Great pass. That guy was wide open. Great pass and great catch. So 1st and 10 in LSU territory. And Auburn with this up-tempo offense, it's so hard to do a live play-by-play when they run up-tempo. I have no time to read comments. I'd much rather watch like just, a pro-style team. It takes, 30 seconds between plays to run a play where I can actually function on here. They're already running another play. Here we go. 2nd down at the 19-yard line. 2nd and 5. And they hand the ball off. And he gets about a yard short. So it'll be 3rd and 1. 3rd and short. Auburn really needs, in my opinion, to get a touchdown here. A field goal would be nice just to get some points on the board, but I think that Auburn really needs to capitalize and get a touchdown here. And I think they got him short. They hand the ball off, and I don't think he got the 1st down. 4th down. Will they go for it? Would you go for it? I would. I'd go for it. Let's see if Gus Malzahn has any cojones on him. I guarantee I know one thing. If the roles were reversed here, and this was LSU with a 4th and short, Ed Orgeron goes for 4th and shorts. He might not be the brightest bulb in the shed, but he's got balls on him. Here we go. They're going for it. 4th and 1. They hand the ball off, and they are stuffed for a 3-yard loss. What is going on? That was the most predictable play call, wasn't it? The way they lined up that formation, you knew he was about to hand it off to him. They just zeroed in on him the whole time. I was staring at him the whole time before he even hiked the ball. Terrible play call by Gus Malzahn. Turnover on downs. Yeah, the LSU defense does look really good. I'm not going to lie. But they always have a good defense. That's not really surprising. The fact that LSU has a pulse on offense is what's most surprising. So, here we go. Auburn shocking everybody. Well, everybody outside of the state of Louisiana coming out to an early, and it really looks like a more of a Auburn. LSU to this point of the game just looks like the better team offensively and defensively, don't they? Unsportsmanlike conduct on who? On LSU? Is that what just happened? Did I miss that? Risk it all and go for it, says Josh. I agree, sir. You only live once, right, sir? YOLO. If you appreciate what Pigskin Pete does, hit that like button. That's not probably a very good way to put it because I'm sure most people don't appreciate what I do. Most of them are, let's face it, I've come to terms with it. Most of the people that are here are here to hate me, sir. So hit the subscribe and the like button whether or not you like me or not. As a matter of fact, if you hate me, go ahead and do it too, because I'll give you plenty more reason to hate me as the season goes on. I promise. Eric Burt says, Pete, you're doing well. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Anytime anybody gives me a compliment, I'm going to take it. He says, did the hurricane hit you any? No. So we actually had family come over to stay with us because they live in their house has like a lot of trees around it and stuff. We had a house full of people, house full of kids, house full of pets. And literally, I mean, yeah, it was like a little gusty winds, you know. I mean, it wasn't even enough to break a branch off of a tree. Okay, I mean, we got a bunch of rain. I'd say maybe like 5 or 6 inches of rain. That's it. Yeah, it wasn't bad at all. So they called a penalty on LSU, right? Is that going to be? It's still LSU's ball as far as I can tell. I think the unsportsmanlike conduct was after the play was over. So 1st and 10 LSU. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 from the 9-yard line. Joe Burrow in the shotgun. And he hands the ball off, and he gets stopped short of the line of scrimmage. Yeah, maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 11 or 2nd and 10. We'll see. If Auburn loses, is it considered an upset? Yes, it is, because they're favored. And they're favored pretty substantially, actually, by more than a touchdown in this game. And they handed off run up the middle for a 1st down. It looks like about an 11-yard gain there. Jamie McCaslin says, I subscribed to you after watching your video where you were trashing Miami fans about the Notre Dame game. This is last year. I remember that. And he says he subscribed just to prove me wrong. And he stuck around all this time. He's a stand-up guy. I remember that video well, sir. All right, LSU runs the ball up the left side. Oh, man, another big run play there. So let's recap. Another 1st down there. So it's 1st and 10. It's 7-0 LSU. Four minutes and 51 seconds left in the 1st quarter. LSU has the ball at the 31-yard line. Burrow over the middle, long pass, and it is incomplete. 2nd and 10. Yeah, Florida State lost to Syracuse 30-7. Josh says, Pete, you've been putting in that work. I've been loving the streams. Great work, bro. Thank you, man. That means a lot coming from you. I know you. You know how time-consuming doing these live streams is, and also putting out videos. It's very time-consuming. So thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Here we go. 2nd and 10. They hand the ball off again, and he's stuffed for about a 3-yard loss. Auburn's defense just looked angry and pissed on that play. Finally, Auburn gets a nice big tackle for loss. LSU just looks like they're moving it down the field with no problem until that play. So what will we have here? We'll have 3rd and 12. 3rd and long. An obvious passing situation. Don't let him throw that little 10-yard slant pass that he's been completing without a problem the whole game. Somebody needs to cover the slot receivers. Empty backfield, 5 wide receivers. Joe Burrow back to pass. Complete. What did I just say? What did I just say? What did I just say before that play? I said, don't let them get that little 10-yard slant pass play over the middle, and that's exactly what he did. He's been completing that all day long on 3rd down. That's their 3rd down play, and they still can't stop it. They know, if I know they're going to do it, I can guarantee you that Auburn's defensive coordinator knows they're going to do it. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Burrow back. He runs, and he's taken down right about the line of scrimmage. Florida is struggling with Colorado State, are they? What's the score? All right, here we go. 2nd and 11 from the 43-yard line. Burrow in the shotgun. Hands the ball off, and he is taken down immediately by his face mask. All this mental mistakes by Auburn. I know he didn't mean to do that, but still. I mean, he just grabbed his face mask and yanked him to the ground. Damn, that's the most blatant face mask I've ever seen in my life. He literally reached up, grabbed his face mask, and just yanked his head to the ground. Damn. That's pretty violent, man. That's how injuries happen right there. Well, give him another free first down. 1st and 10. 7-0 LSU with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first quarter. LSU back in Auburn territory. The 43-yard line. And they hand the ball off. He runs around the left side, and he's taken down for about a 1-yard gain. TTD Tyler says, well, Auburn lost this game. I wouldn't give up that quickly, sir. It's only 7-0 in the first quarter. Don't jump off a bridge yet. Here we go, 2nd and 8. And Burrow hands the ball off. It is a reverse, a double reverse. And they get about 5 yards out of it. Maybe 3rd and 3. There was a lot going on that play, wasn't there? Yeah, Burrow. He was trying to block, wasn't he? John, good afternoon, John. He says both AU and LSU are good at one thing. What's that? All right, here we go. 3rd and 2. Another flag. They had the running back lined up in the Wildcat again. Call that on LSU. False start. Yeah, that was easy. Yeah, Auburn needs to stop big time right here. Getting down 14-0 would not be good after one quarter. That's for sure. Tiger Nation. Hold on. Mrs. Pete. All right, here we go. 4th and 2. Looks like they're going to kick a field goal here. And what is this, like a 50-yard field goal? 53-yard field goal attempt. Ball is snapped. Kick is up, and the kick is wide right, way wide right. Hell, he kicked that in the stands almost. So, no good. 7-0 LSU with 29 seconds left in the first quarter. This just in, Columbia sewer systems are clogged with meth pipes and empty beer bottles and broken dreams. Tiger Nation. John is a Bama fan, obviously. He says roll Tide. I think, John, good news. I think that the Tide are going to roll Tide, roll all over the Land Sharks of Ole Miss. What a dumb mascot is a land shark for a inland college. Here we go. Stidham got the ball, and he throws it a short screen pass, and it's complete for about 3 yards there. Watching Auburn run this up-tempo thing where they try to run 100 plays a game is weird. And they hand it off on 2nd and 6, and it looks like they might have got it. It's going to be close. I think he got it. They're saying 3rd down. Maybe he's just short. Yeah, the land shark thing is embarrassing, isn't it? Kevin Glacy says OSU or TCU. Obviously, I think Ohio State's going to win the game, right? I mean, I don't know many people picking TCU to beat Ohio State, but listen, I think it could be closer than you think it's going to be. TCU can score, and they've got the best defense in the Big 12. I would say, year in year out, because Gary Patterson is a defensive guy, and that conference is filled with offensive coaches, mainly, and offensive talent. But I don't know. I wouldn't touch that game as far as betting goes. I don't care what the line is. It's just too difficult to predict how TCU is going to look. We know Ohio State's going to look good. We already know that. But the question is, how is TCU going to look? Because TCU hasn't played anybody this year. Well, either has Ohio State, really. But at least Ohio State demolished everybody they played. I don't know if TCU did that. Will I be streaming the Ohio State and TCU game? No, I won't. No, because this is going to be – I'll be on here for like 3.5 hours, and that game's coming on right after. Yeah, I'm not – I do one primetime game a week, and this is the one I chose for this week. I will be watching the game, though. I just will not be streaming for it. Boot Gang says, hey, Pigskin, look up land shark on the Urban Dictionary. No. It's just weird to see that mascot, that shark mascot, and it with an Ole Miss. I mean, does anybody, when they think of sharks, right? Do you think of Mississippi in any way, shape, or form? I don't. I know where they came up with it. The defense a couple years ago nicknamed themselves the Land Sharks, and that's why they do this. They put the shark fin over the head when they make a sack or whatever and get an interception or whatever. But listen, that's great. You call yourself the Land Sharks and do your little shark fin over your head when you make a play. But do you really need to change your entire mascot to that? No, sorry. Elise Smith says a TCU win would be the highlight to the weekend for him. I guess he really hates Ohio State. Listen, this is the same thing. If you're an Ohio State fan, everybody in the country is rooting for you to lose tonight. You know that, right? The same way that last week everybody in the country was rooting for Texas A&M to beat Clemson. And probably everybody in the country tonight who's not an Alabama fan will be rooting for Ole Miss to beat Alabama. It's just the way it is. When you're at the top, everybody hates you and wants you to lose. Yeah, Go 1330 says he likes the Rebel. So they're still called the Rebels, right? But they, yeah. It's just, I'm not going to even get into all that politically correct stuff on here. But yeah, that's why they did it. Texas A&M came so close to beating Clemson. Yes, they did. They did absolutely do that. And Clemson almost let them. Who you got, North Texas or Arkansas? Says Braxton Bomar. Good afternoon, sir. I mean, Arkansas is not very good. I mean, that's the worst team in the SEC, right? Right now. I mean, I don't know. They could lose that game. I'm a huge fan of Chad Morris. Obviously, being a Clemson fan, I love Chad Morris. I mean, he's the one that really recruited Deshaun Watson to Clemson. And even before Deshaun Watson with Taj Boyd and Sammy Watkins and those guys, he had a great offense there. I love Chad Morris, so I hope he succeeds there. All right, Auburn, second down, and they run a reverse, and it does not work. It does not work. LSU ran the reverse, it worked. Auburn ran the reverse, it did not work. Well, third down. Third and 10, 7-0 Auburn at the beginning of the second quarter. And Auburn is 0 for 2 on third down conversions, and LSU is 4 for 6, which is really good. So you can see how lopsided this game is offensively. LSU's playing better offense right now. Here you go. Stidham in the shotgun from the 46-yard line. And he drops back to pass, and he is sacked for a major loss. There's a flag on the play. No idea what this flag's for. And it's a holding against Auburn. They held, and he still got sacked. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. All right, hold on. I got to change the screen, so I got to plug my computer in so it doesn't die. Bear with me for a second here. All right, so Auburn just punts the ball back to LSU, and fair catch at the 10-yard line. So LSU will take over at the 10-yard line. 13 minutes and 20 seconds left. Close game still, even though LSU looks like they are just really dominating Auburn on both sides of the ball, really. Auburn's really lucky right now that this game is only 7-0. Because I'm going to tell you what, this game could easily be 14-17 and nothing, the way that Auburn's playing right now. All right. What's the score? It's 7-0. Michael Gale, think the Dogs will win the East? If so, think they will play Alabama or Auburn? Yeah, yes, I absolutely think that Georgia's winning the East. I don't think it's going to. I don't think that. Listen, who's their competition? I mean, they should roll through the East the same way that Clemson should roll through the Atlantic in the ACC. I mean, it's Georgia and everybody else in the East. There's nobody that can challenge them. As far as who they'll play, Alabama or Auburn, I mean, Alabama. You'll see an Alabama and Georgia SEC championship game. And as far as who I think will win that, I'm picking Alabama to win the SEC every year until further notice. Well, you can ask me closer to that game, though. Florida just threw an interception. This game will rely on Auburn's defense, guaranteed. Yes, I agree. "3D, the champ, LSU Tigers, New Orleans Saints." He says, "But we coming." I don't know. You're saying you're coming, I guess, to compete with Auburn and Alabama in the West, as I'm assuming what you're saying. I still think, listen, LSU looks. I'm gonna give it to LSU. They look better. They're better so far this year than I thought they would be. Probably anybody thought they would be. I'm still not a believer in Coach Orgeron, to be honest with you. But he could prove me wrong. We'll see. Good afternoon, Catfish. How you doing, sir? Everybody knows Catfish from the Volunteer Roadshow. Catfish, you on the road, or are you somewhere watching football? All right, here we go. 1st and 10. LSU's got the ball. The ball is snapped and incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd and 10. 7-0 LSU with 13 minutes left in the second quarter. Lee Smith is trolling. Volunteer Roadshow. He says, I saw you upset UTEP. All right, here we go. 2nd and 10. From the 11-yard line. Burrow hands it off. And get about a 9-yard gain. So we 3rd and 1. If Auburn loses, I will hear about this from my Alabama fan friends for the rest of this week. LSU gets the first down and fighting for more. Yeah, he won't get more, but he'll get the first down. First down at the 22-yard line. I'm watching the Gators game. Gators play and listening to you broadcast LSU and Auburn. I can't get the LSU game on. You can't get it on. It's on CBS. You should get CBS, right? All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Burrow back. Play action pass. Deep and wide open. What was that? Did you see that? That's about a 20-yard gain there, a 25-yard gain, the 50-yard line. Hey, thanks for stopping in, Catfish. I appreciate it, man. Be safe on the road. Hey, Kenny Prophet, how are you? All right, here we go. 1st and 10, and they already ran a play, and they got about a yard. All right, 7-0, LSU. 11 minutes and 40 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. And LSU's got the ball at the Auburn 44-yard line, 2nd down. And it's another hand up with Auburn's defense. They don't look very good. When I made my pick to who was going to win this game, I based it on Auburn having what I consider to be a dominant defense to LSU's offense. And right now it's not looking like that. Yes, College Football Battle 2 says LSU looks like the better team, and they do right now. Here we go. First and 10. Another handoff. Nope, fake handoff, and he goes deep, and there's a lot of hand fighting there. Yep, there comes the flag. I saw that coming. That's going to be a pass interference against Auburn. There was a lot of touching going on both ways there. And the Auburn player did play the ball and not the receiver. I don't know. That's I don't know if I'd have called that. How do I think LSU would do versus Bama? I think that Bama would kill them. Maybe not kill them, but they'd beat them. Listen, Alabama's better than anybody in the SEC. That's the way I feel. Until they can show me any different. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. And they run the ball for about a yard or two. 2nd and 8. This call is a new style of football. Help the offense modern football. Yes. I agree there. They definitely favor the offense as far as the refs go. 90% of the time. All right, here you go. And they hand it off on 2nd and 8, and they get about two or three more yards. And we haven't seen a touchdown since the first 2 minutes of the game when LSU made an interception and had a short drive for a touchdown. There you go. LSU's in the red zone. Tyler says, "What does this mean for Auburn? Remember what happened last year after Auburn lost to LSU? What happened after that? After that they went out and beat Georgia and Alabama, just to lose the SEC championship game to Georgia. But is that what you're saying?" Here's the good news for either one of these teams, particularly Auburn. Well, first of all, I think Auburn really does need to win this game because they still got to play, Georgia and Alabama. That's not going to help to have a loss on there. But either one of these teams can really lose this game, and it doesn't put them out of the West. I mean, mathematically it doesn't. But I think the game's probably a little bit more important for LSU than it is for Auburn. John says, "Can you put the scores on the screen somehow?" Yeah, I actually, there is a way for me to do that. It's kind of a pain in the butt. I've thought about doing it. I still may do it in the future, John. So, yes, there is a way to do it. Believe it or not, it's not like something I can just like type in there real quick and put up there. There's more that goes into it than that. So basically what I'm saying is I would have to spend time. I just didn't have time to set up for that. I would have to spend an hour or two preparing for that, having pages for that I can click on. It's not as easy as it looks. It's not just as easy as typing in a score and it goes up there. That's not the way it works. But maybe I will at some point eventually do that. I don't know. That's why I try to announce the score as frequently as possible and the time and the quarter and all of that so that you know. Rob Iman, good afternoon, sir. I'm sure if you're here, you're amazing and fantastic. Otherwise, you would not be here. He says, "Fact or fiction, Willie Taggart will be one and done at Florida State." Fiction. I don't think Willie Taggart is going to get fired no matter how many games he wins or loses this year. I just don't think that. I think it's, first of all, who knows how he's going to work out in the long run. I think firing a head coach after 1 year is ridiculous. I don't agree with it. Now, listen, you made the hire, now you got to live with it, at least for a couple years. Period. I mean, it is what it is. Now, whether or not you think he was a good hire in the first place, that's a whole other story. You may not have liked him from the beginning, but the administration hired him, and now they've got to sleep in the bed that they made, at least for another year. It's not fair to fire the guy after 1 year, no matter how bad he sucks. Yeah, and the buyout's probably too big too. Good point, Checkhead. All right, here we go. 3rd and 5. And they hand the ball off, and they get all the way down. Ooh, short of the first down. Be about a yard short, so it'll be 4th and short. And they are, let's see what they do. I have a feeling Ed's going to go for it. Ed Orgeron loves going for 4th downs. Yep. He didn't even think twice. So here they go. They said, the heck with a field goal. We're trying to win this game. You know what? I like that about Ed Orgeron. He doesn't even think twice about going for it on 4th and short. Is that a false start or is it a false start? Oh, big mental mistake by LSU. 4th and 1, you're going for it. You could see Joe Burrow with the hard count is trying to get Auburn to jump off sides, and he gets his own guy with the hard count and false start. Bad mental mistake by LSU. I think LSU could have converted there and turned that into a touchdown with no problem, the way they've been running all over Auburn. Bad mistake. So now they're going to kick a field goal. We'll see if he can make it. He's already missed one. The last one up in his defense was a long field goal. It was like 50-something yards. This one's a lot shorter. 32-yard field goal attempt, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. 10-0 LSU leading against the Auburn Tigers in the second quarter. 8 minutes and 37 seconds left. And Auburn needs to get a touchdown, don't they? Or something. A safety even. Whatever they need to do to get any points on the board at this point would be helpful for them. Yeah. Pete, you must be streaming the game. What do you mean? I'm watching the game. Lee Smith says, quit picking on the Land Sharks. Auburn can't even decide what theirs is. Yeah, the Auburn, that's another one, right? So they're a Tiger, a War Eagle. What else they got? What is that? What is that even about, the War Eagle thing? Eric Burt says, I'm a full play behind the TV. No, there's a delay on what I say and what you see. That's why. Just because the YouTube says it's live, it doesn't mean it's actually live. It's about 12 seconds difference. The score, Bryce Holton, it is 10-0. LSU is leading the game. There's about 8.5 minutes left in the second quarter. And, yeah, LSU's leading 10-0. It's all good, Tiger Nation. I think he's just messing with me. Eric Burt shows up all the time. He's good people. He's always on here, and he's always commenting in the streams, which is half of the battle. All right, so let's see if Auburn can get anything going here. They've looked really flat on offense, and quite frankly, their defense has not lived up to the hype. LSU's been running on them at will. Had several long passes downfield completed. Auburn just needs to tighten up. I know that the talent on these two teams might be pretty equal, but I mean Auburn I think has a slight edge on the amount of talent they have on the field right now. But hey, who am I to argue with 10-0? On the road for LSU, they're putting together a pretty impressive performance so far. The way that Auburn's played, LSU really could be up by more than 10 points right now. So Auburn's got to tighten up and get it together here. Now the good news for Auburn is, like I said, you have the talent and you have the quarterback and you have everything you need to get right back in this game. It's far from over. Listen, it's 10 points and it's halfway through the second quarter. This game is far from over. But Auburn needs to show a little bit of life here and get something going on this drive. Jarrett Stidham taking over the ball at 25-yard line, 1st and 10. And the ball is snapped, and he hands it off for about a 3 or 4 yard gain there. Maybe 2nd and 6. Anonymous XCX says it should be 13-0. Enlightened says, let me ask, do anyone think Auburn Tigers will win? 2nd and 7, and he hands it off for no gain, so it'll be 3rd and 7. Enlightened, yeah, I think a lot of people think Auburn. Auburn was favored to win the game in Vegas, and they opened as a favorite, they closed as a favorite. So I thought they would win by about 10 points or so. Shows you what I know. But like I said, the game's not over. Here we go, 3rd and 6. From the 29-yard line, Stidham in the shotgun. He's got a fullback to his right. He drops back to pass. Throws complete for about 10 yards. So it'll be 1st and 10. From the 40-yard line. 39-yard line. 38-yard line. 38-yard line. That's official. All right, 7 minutes and 18 seconds left in the second quarter. 10-0 LSU. 1st and 10 from the 38. Stidham takes the ball, and he passes over the middle, complete. Oh, he had one man to beat. If he wouldn't have got tripped up, he'd have been gone. But anyway, nonetheless, 1st and 10. That was about a 12-yard, 13-yard reception there. 15-yard reception even. So 1st and 10. Stidham back. Goes deep again. Overthrows the receivers wide open. You got to make that. I mean, that was a tough pass, but the guy was open. That would have been a touchdown all day long if he overthrew it just a little bit. Yeah, that's 6 points all day long if he makes that pass. All right, here we go. 2nd and 10. Six minutes and 54 seconds left in the second quarter. Auburn's got the ball at the 44-yard line, and they hand it off, and he barrels through with guys all over his back for about a 7-yard gain, so it'll be 3rd and short. Let's see, what I mean, 3rd and 2? Let's see what they call it here. 3rd and 2, yeah, so Auburn really needs to convert this this first down here. So the ball's at the 35-yard line in LSU territory. 3rd and 2. Auburn very bad on 3rd down today so far, 1 for 4. And they hand the ball off, and they get the first down and more. So it'll be 1st and 10 at LSU's 30-yard line. Auburn finally converting a 3rd down. They're going, hurry up. They already snapped the ball again. It's a fake handoff, and he throws it. And it's complete. Auburn's moving the ball pretty well now. What is that, about a 7-yard gain there? It'll be 2nd down. Auburn's playing very, very fast right now. They are lining up so quickly. Look, they're already lined up again. They're trying to run plays. Here we go. Ball snapped. Another handoff. And he fumbles it and gets it back. I think he was down before he fumbled it. So it'll be 2nd and 7 or so. I can't even take a break I can't take my eyes off the screen. Auburn's playing so fast right now that I've missed a couple of plays just by looking at the comments for 2 seconds. I don't know. It looks like they might be doing a substitution here. Here we go. 2nd and 6. Stidham in the shotgun. Ball is snapped. Oh, almost intercepted. All right, so here we go. 3rd and 6. There's a flag on the play. Let's see what they call that. Yeah, sorry, Enlightened. Listen, if I could show the game without getting my YouTube channel taken down, I would, but I can't, so I'm not going to. All right, here we go. Big time penalty against LSU. So now it's 1st and goal. Auburn at the 6-yard line. Hands the ball off. Run up the middle for a touchdown. He was hardly even touched. Big time touchdown for Auburn. So now assuming that they're going to convert this extra point, which I'm pretty sure they will, we finally have a football game, folks. It will be 10-7 LSU with 5 minutes and 6 seconds left in the second quarter. John says, don't worry, Auburn will shoot up meth at halftime and beat them. And then, of course, Tiger Nation says you're getting Auburn confused with South Carolina. BYU 14-7 over Wisconsin right now, says Billy Dawson. Hey, Billy Dawson always comes through with the score updates. Listen, I appreciate that because, listen, if I wasn't live streaming and calling this game right now, I would, be like every other joker sitting on his couch with the remote flipping back and forth, watching it all the games. And so obviously I can't do that while I'm doing this. So anybody sporadically, if there's an interesting score, I know Billy Dawson does it for me all the time. I appreciate that. Post some scores from other games that are interesting so I can see them. That would be much appreciated. See, that was the Auburn offense on this pass drive that we saw Auburn do against. That's the same offense we saw against Washington, right? I don't know what Auburn was doing in that first quarter and a half, but it wasn't very impressive at all. But now this pass drive looked more like the Auburn we know. Philly 500, the King Dingbat is here. He says, "Yo, everybody, what you doing? Pigskin Pete, what up? Great job on the stream." Thank you, sir. Philly 500 is the man. Anybody who doesn't know who Philly 500 is, if you're an NFL fan, especially if you're an Eagles fan, he's, in my opinion, he's the best Eagles video maker that there is on YouTube. I know there's a lot of them, and there's no disrespect to any other Eagles YouTube video makers. But I could watch that guy all day long. He's hilarious. And he's got good insight, especially into the Eagles, but in the NFL too. I love you, Philly 500. You're the man. Black and Gold City says, "Go Saints." Hey, Black and Gold City, what happened? What happened last week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man? Tampa Bay Buccaneers are one of the worst teams in football, sir. Listen, you're gonna have to deal. You're never gonna hear me say anything nice about the New Orleans Saints. So I hope you got a thick skin. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. Where's my Falcons fans at? Where's Falcons Fury at? He normally shows up. Falcons Fury, David in Atlanta, our resident Falcons fans that come on here and tell me how terrible Carolina is. We'll find out tomorrow, won't we? Because we're coming to Atlanta to put Matt Ryan in his place, which isn't hard to do, considering how overrated Matt Ryan is. The Saints game was exciting. There was a lot of scoring going on, but who would have thought that the Ryan Fitzpatrick and the Saints and the Bucks would get in a shootout with Drew Brees? Who saw that coming? Yeah, Tampa Bay does. I mean, Mike Evans is a top 5 receiver in the league, no doubt. Mike Evans and listen, Tampa has some talented players on their team. But let's be real here. I don't think that Jameis Winston's ever going to be he's a good quarterback, and I don't think he'll ever be great in the NFL. And then, of course, Ryan Fitzpatrick is a backup. He's been a backup his whole career, basically. I mean, the only time he's ever played is because other people get hurt or suspended. And he is what he is. He's a backup quarterback. But he had a career day last week, didn't he? He looked like Tom Brady out there. Hell, he looked like Drew Brees even. All right, here we go. Game's back on. Second quarter, 5 minutes and 6 seconds left. 1st and 10. LSU's got the ball at the 25-yard line. And Burrows throws a little bubble screen, and they're going to call that incomplete. 10-7. LSU leading Auburn. 2nd and 10. That was a good drive by Auburn. Yes, it was. Very good drive. Notre Dame 16-3 over Vandy. And incomplete. Are you on crack, Mike Evans? Yes, Mike Evans is an elite receiver. What's so hard to understand about that? Lee Smith says Cam's overrated too. Cam has wins more games, sir. I don't want to hear about completion percentage. Winning is all that matters, and he wins more games. He wins the division more often, too. So I'd rather have Cam Newton than Matt Ryan any day of the week. Here we go, 3rd and 10, and Burrows is taken down for a 3-yard loss. He was running for his life back there. So it'll be 4th down. Auburn looks like they're going to get the ball back. Auburn's looking like they're finally alive. Lost just as many Super Bowls? Yes, you're correct about that. But here's the thing. The Carolina Panthers have been to as many Super Bowls as Atlanta has, and Atlanta's been a team since the 1960s, and Carolina's only been a team since the 1990s. So, but yes, you're right. We've lost the same amount of Super Bowls. Black and Gold today said, I'd rather have Drew Brees than those bums. Yeah, I wouldn't now though. I mean, I'd rather have Cam Newton now than Drew Brees now, because Drew Brees, let's face it, he's only going to be there for another year or two, if you're lucky, and Cam Newton will be around for a while. Listen, I'm not going to get into an argument with you over who's better quarterback, Drew Brees or Cam Newton. I mean, come on, Drew Brees is a better quarterback than Cam Newton. I'm not sitting here saying he's not, but at this point in his career, I'd rather have Cam. Because Drew Brees, let's face it, he's an old man now. He's about to get AARP discounts at the movies. All right, 1st and 10. Stidham back. He's running way to his right, and he runs out of bounds for maybe about a 1-yard gain. Excuse me. Mike Evans may be top 10, definitely not top 5. I disagree. Unless he just plays on a bad team. I'd say he's a top 5 receiver without a doubt. This top 10, top 5 thing is all objective anyway, subjective. We can argue all day about it. I think he's elite. Here we go. 2nd and 8. Stidham throws in. It's dropped. Hit the receiver in the hands and he dropped it. Here we go. 3rd down and 8. 3 minutes and 35 seconds left in the second quarter. The score is 10-7. LSU leading. For anybody who's just joining, please hit the like and subscribe button. LSU got us to a fast start in this game with a quick interception turned into a touchdown. And since then, the game has been pretty brutal back and forth. Not a lot of scoring going on. Auburn finally comes down last drive and scores. So Auburn, 3rd and 8. Stidham running around like a chicken with his head cut off all day long. And is that ball caught? They called that a catch for a 1st down. That was pretty amazing. First of all, for Stidham to keep that play alive for that long and throw the ball on the run with somebody in his face, and then the receiver catches it contested on the sideline. Wow. Great catch. You're not going to see a catch any better than that, folks. That's a hell of a catch. Game-changing play, says T.D. Tyler. I agree. Devontae Thornton says, still can't believe this man said he'd take Cam over Brees. Well, believe it, sir, because I did say it. I wasn't stuttering, and your internet was not messing up on you. I actually really did say that, and guess what else? I actually meant it, too, which is even crazier. Michigan's struggling with SMU. No shocker there. Michigan struggles with everything they play. Michigan, the most overrated football program in the history of all of college football. All right, here we go. They're just going to show the same play over 100 times in a row, apparently. Are they going to make a decision on this? I mean, does anybody, we just saw it 10 times. Is anybody going to tell me that wasn't a catch? It looked like a very easy review to me. And they've been reviewing this thing for the past 20 minutes, it feels like. Yeah, black and gold city. That's what I said. That's exactly what I said. I said that Brees is a better quarterback historically. But the fact that Brees is old and Cam isn't is the reason I would take Cam right now, because he still has a long time left. Brees doesn't. That's all. What are they trying to figure out here? He catches the ball, right? His foot hits the ground, right? So what's the problem? All right, they finally called it a catch. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. 3 minutes and 26 seconds left in the second quarter. 10-7. The ball is on the 49-yard line, and Stidham is in the shotgun. And he throws it. Complete. Oh, he just throws him off. Big time play there. So they got about 17 yards on that one. Another first down. Breeze still has 5 years. No, he doesn't. Come on, sir. Stop it. Stop it. Breeze is not playing for 5 more years. All right, 1st and 10. Stidham drops back, throws deep, and I don't know. Where's the flag? We already know there's going to be a flag called on that. Nope, no flag. So 2nd and 10. Yes, he did control it because they called it. They called it a first down, right? Oh, the first down was from a face mask. Okay. See, I got the volume down. I can't hear. How old is Breeze? He's 39. All right, Stidham hands it off, the ball around the left, runs up, and another first down. Man, that guy just ran like he was on crack, didn't he? He looked like a little rabbit. That was just a funny looking run. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Auburn's got the ball deep into LSU territory at this point. 2 minutes and 48 seconds left in the second quarter. The score is still 10-7 LSU. Chris Wells said Saints would be lucky if he's around for 2 years tops. Yes, I agree. Listen, could he physically play till he's 45? Probably. Would he be any good? No. That's it. He's not going to play till he's 45, folks. I don't know what kind of weed you guys are smoking down there in Baton Rouge or in New Orleans even. Breeze is not playing till he's 45. He might think he's going to play. He might be playing on the bench if that's the case. Raheem Jones says Cam Newton doesn't get enough credit. You're right. He's one of the winningest quarterbacks, just as far as winning percentage and going to the playoffs, as any starting quarterback in the NFL. I mean, it's ridiculous that he doesn't get the credit he deserves. There's a stigma against him. People love, they love the Aaron Rodgers and the Drew Brees, the pocket passing quarterbacks of the world. And listen, that's great. Is Cam Newton ever going to be that? No, he's not. But guess what? Guess what's not going to happen? You're never going to see another guy that's 6'6", 250, and as athletic as he is playing the position. You're just not. I mean, the guy, he brings a whole different element to the game than just passing the ball. Which he does have a big arm. But listen, my biggest gripe with Cam Newton has always been his consistency on his accuracy. He overthrows a lot of balls. Here we go. So it's 1st and 10. The ball is handed off, runs up the middle for about 8 yards. Looks like Auburn's pretty much running the ball at will, which we did not see in the first half of this first half. Certainly not in the first quarter or even this first half of the second quarter. 2nd and 2 from the 12-yard line. And fighting for extra yards. Auburn's playing with a purpose right now. However, they're still short. It's going to be 3rd and 1 from about the 10-yard line. Kenny Prophet says the Panthers will win the division, not the Aints, and he's from Baton Rouge. It's 10-7 still, Jamie. 10-7 LSU is leading. There's 2 minutes and 5 seconds left in the second quarter. 3rd and 1, and Auburn is all the way down to the 10-yard line. I agree, Philly 500. 100% with what you just said. All right, here we go. Stidham, and it's complete for a first down inside the 10-yard line, all the way down to it looks like about the 6-yard line, 1st and goal. Auburn knocking on the door. Auburn finally coming alive. Looked really terrible in that first quarter. It just looked like LSU was the better team and wanted it more. And these past couple of drives, Auburn is looking alive. And hands it off. Touchdown, Auburn. So we went from 10 to nothing. just a couple of minutes ago. Now Auburn decides they want to breathe some life into that offense, and they scored 2 touchdowns within the past, say, 5 minutes or 6 minutes of play. And provided they get this extra point, it will be Auburn 14 to LSU's 10 going into the half. We'll see what happens with the kickoff. But more than likely, it looks like it's going to be 14 to 10 Auburn going into the half. Yep, so it's official. 14 to 10 Auburn. Mark Dudley says, how do you give someone with the name J. Tavarius the nickname of Booby? I don't know. That's a good question. Yeah, so what Philly 500 said was if it would have been real nice if Cam Newton had real weapons over the course of his career. He never seems like to have explosive guys around him other than Steve Smith. And that's 100% correct, sir. I mean, there was a short time earlier in his first couple of years. So this is his 8th season. People don't realize that Cam Newton's been starting quarterback for the Panthers for 8 years now, or almost going in his 8th year. And as far as running backs go, there was his first couple of seasons, you still had the explosiveness of Jonathan Stewart and D'Angelo Williams. They got old and started to just gradually dissipate away over the past few years. Obviously, I like McCaffrey. He's a young, fresh, new look who can do a lot of things for that offense. As far as receivers go, he hasn't really had anything. I mean, Steve Smith, but even Steve Smith was on the downside of his career when Cam came there. He had a few good years with him. But really, they haven't had any elite receivers. Greg Olsen has been the best, most productive player on that offense since Cam Newton's been there, and it's not even close. And, of course, Greg Olsen's getting old now and dealing with a lot of injuries. He's injured again this year. And the Panthers' offense, literally since Cam Newton has got there, has gone how Greg Olsen's gone. And Greg Olsen's healthy, they win a lot of games. Greg Olsen's hurt, they don't. So that's why they went out and drafted a really good tight end out of Indiana, Ian Thomas, this year in the 4th round. I think it was a steal to get him in the 4th round. Anyway, so we'll find out what he's made of because Olsen's hurt again. But I agree. Cam Newton has been a one-man show. Him and Greg Olsen have really led that team the past 5 years or so. All right, here we go. LSU's got it with 1 minute and 30 seconds left at the 25-yard line. And they run up the middle for a couple of yards there. Looks like they're going to be probably pretty happy just to go in at halftime. I don't know. The fact that they're not calling timeouts, not passing the ball, it looks like they're conceding the half, I think, at this point. Plus, they get the ball first in the second half because Auburn got it in the first half. Where is the game? The game is in Auburn, sir, and it's on my TV right now. I'm looking at it. Where's the game for you? All right, 2nd and 6. They hand it off, and he's short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 2 or so with 45 seconds left in the second quarter. With Cam's arm, if you face a guy like Deshaun Jackson, his ability to stretch the field. Yeah, talking about speed receivers, we had Ted Ginn Jr. Twice we had Ted Ginn Jr., and we keep sending him back to New Orleans. When we got rid of Ted Ginn Jr. a couple years ago, it blew my mind. We had no downfield receivers that could stretch the field. Now we do, finally. But not as good as Ted Ginn Jr. I promise you that. That's part of the reason that I think that David Gettleman ended up getting fired from the Panthers. He just I don't know. He's got a different style of the guys he likes to draft or the guys he likes to sign in free agency, so on and so forth. Raging Cajuns. Richard Neal, good afternoon, sir. I'm sure if you're here, you're amazing and fantastic. Otherwise, you would not be here. Grant LeBlue says, put the camera on the game. Hey, Grant LeBlue, no, I can't. Copyright infringement. It is 14-10, Auburn. And it's almost the second half. There's like less than a minute left in the first half. Ted Ginn loss was underrated, but Bird and Samuel show promise. Yeah, they're not. They do. They're pretty decent. They're not Ted Ginn though. All right, here we go. 3rd and 4. LSU with the ball and incomplete. So it'll be 4th down. 42 seconds left in the second quarter. 14-10. Auburn leads the ball game. I'm assuming they're going to. These past 2 minutes have been the longest 2 minutes in football, haven't they? I'm assuming they're going to kick it off here. Auburn, if they're smart, will be lucky to just take a knee and get into halftime with the lead, I would imagine. 42 seconds isn't a whole lot of time to try to do anything. And you certainly don't want to turn the ball over doing something stupid trying to get points when you have the lead. I don't know what the LSU guy's doing. He's looking like he's mad about something. Anyway, 1st and 10. There's 29 seconds left in this first half. Yep, and Auburn kneels the ball. So it's halftime. Pretty exciting first half. The first quarter was all LSU, and Auburn just looked like they were a deer in headlights, or even a war eagle in headlights. And LSU just like the more dominant team. It wasn't until about 5 or 6 minutes into the second quarter that Auburn finally woke up and put together 2 really good drives and scored 2 touchdowns. So there we have it. Going into halftime, 14-10 Auburn over LSU. I think the second half is going to be great if it's anything like the first half. And at this point, I don't know who I would say is going to win. My original pick was that Auburn was going to win the game by 10 points. Well, right now it looks like that could still happen. I just hope it's a good game. So what I'm going to do, I've got to pee like super bad right now. I'm going to go use the bathroom, get a drink. So I'm going to take about a 5-minute intermission here, guys, and I will be back, I promise. So anybody else that needs to go use the bathroom, get a beer, smoke a cigarette, whatever your vice is, whatever you got to do it now, and I'll be back in like 5 minutes. So don't go anywhere, please. All right, I'm back. See what you guys are talking about here in the comment section. I'm sure it's great, whatever it is. Hey, good afternoon, Uncle Lou. How you doing, sir? Torish Gaming. Good afternoon, sir. I'm sure if you're here, you're amazing and fantastic. Otherwise, you would not be here. So, what was the final score of that Georgia game? Did you mollywop them like you should, and like you probably did? Torish Gaming says he's ready for Auburn to cheat again. That's the go-to line for people. Anytime your team loses, it's always the ref's fault or somebody cheated or somebody paid the refs off. That's the go-to thing. 49-7. Gotcha. Michigan is finally pulling away from SMU 21-7. So who else is looking forward? Well, there's two games tonight that I'm really looking forward to seeing. Obviously, well, there's three. Obviously, TCU and Ohio State should be amazing and fantastic. If TCU can keep that game at least interesting, you know, if Ohio State blows them off the map in the first half, I might switch to something else. Obviously, Alabama and Ole Miss. Listen, I don't understand where all this thing with Ole Miss. I've heard 3 or 4 people on TV today say upset alert for Alabama. I don't see it, period. Yes, Ole Miss, they have a great offense. I understand. They're not going to be able to stop Alabama's offense. If they keep it close within 3 quarters, I'd be shocked. I expect Alabama to put a hurting on Ole Miss tonight. But nonetheless, I'll be paying attention to that. I want to get a good look at that Ole Miss offense. I did watch Ole Miss beat the crap out of Texas Tech, but let's be real, Texas Tech's no good, so that's not very impressive. The other one, the big game tonight, is Washington and Utah. Now, on anybody who doesn't really follow college football would say, Utah? Well, Utah is supposed to be the dark horse to win the Pac-12 South this year. They've got a good team. The game's in Utah, and we know Washington is the cream of the crop right now in the Pac-12. Let's see how that works out. If Utah can pull off an upset there, that would be awesome. That guy says, I think Ole Miss will surprise Alabama. I don't. It's hard to surprise Alabama. Alabama is Alabama for a reason. They don't get surprised very often. I realized that whenever, there was a time there when Alabama had a 2-year losing streak, two consecutive years they lost to Ole Miss. But let's be real. That was back when Ole Miss was buying players, and Hugh Freeze was at the top of his game for doing that. So right now, Ole Miss can't compete talent-wise with Alabama. Alabama just looks so far ahead of everybody else right now in the West that I'd be surprised if they lost any games. Now they could lose, conceivably to Auburn in the Iron Bowl, because that game is never an easy game for either team. We're a long way away from that, though. Vegas has Bama plus 22 or minus 22, I guess is what you really mean. They're favored by 22. Yeah, that's an indication right there that who they think the better team is there. Maryland got beat by Temple. Is that right? Yeah, that's an upset, no doubt. Saints or Browns? So in my, well, listen, I think the Saints should beat the Browns. Let's start there. However, in my college football pick'em with the Sports Fury, where you just pick all 16 games, straight up each week, you have to pick a couple of upsets in there. Otherwise, you're not going to do well. Because if you just pick all the teams that who are the better team, the obvious, quote unquote obvious teams, you're going to lose some of those. The only way to even have a chance in that league is to pick 2 or 3 upsets a week and hopefully hit a couple of them. So I did actually pick the Browns to beat the Saints in my pick'em. I don't think that's going to happen. I picked them, sort of on a prayer type of thing, hoping that they upset them. Hill Country Cajun says LSU will win. And with a name like Hill Country Cajun, I'm sure he's an LSU fan. But good afternoon, Hill Country Cajun. Welcome to the stream, sir. Yeah, Troy beat Nebraska. I'm not shocked about that at all, really. Uncle Lou says he can't believe Troy. Troy. Listen, Troy plays everybody tough. Just ask LSU. Just ask Clemson. Like 3 years ago when Deshaun Watson was there, they played Clemson tough. That year that we won the national title, actually. They're a really good team for their conference, for their league. And Nebraska, let's face it, is just not that good right now. LSU will win, my guy, and I can give you the facts why. Go ahead, lay it on me, CO2 Mysterious. Give me the facts why you're so confident that LSU is going to win. Yeah, Troy is like a wild card. I agree. Troy, they could really. I don't know anything about the size of that school or anything. Like UCF, UCF should be in a Power 5 conference, I think. It's a huge school. They have like 50,000 students there. So this, as far as the size of the university goes, they have no business not being in a Power 5 program. They've got a great football team. Now, like the joker that was on here arguing with me earlier in the week in my comment section, telling me that UCF it should be ranked #1 in the country right now since they're undefeated since last year. And he actually believed it. He actually believed that UCF should be ranked ahead of Alabama and Georgia and Clemson and everybody else, and Ohio State and Wisconsin and Washington, and I can go on and on and on. He tried to tell me, this guy, I said, well, if they played a Power 5 schedule, they wouldn't be undefeated. Not even close. They'd probably be a 7-win team. Yes, they can get up for one game and beat Alabama in a meaningless bowl game, or now Alabama, Auburn, in a meaningless bowl game. But if they had to play any Power 5 conference schedule week in, week out, they're going to catch some losses there. He tried to tell me that I was wrong, that UCF is as good as Alabama, Georgia, and Clemson, and Washington, and Ohio State. So clearly we're at a crossroads here. I can't talk to people that are that stupid that actually believe that. They have about 15,000 students at Troy. Okay, so Clemson only has about 18,000, 19,000, something like that. I mean, but listen, Duke, Wake Forest, they have like 6,000 students, and they're in a Power 5 conference. I mean, Miami's a private school. Miami has like 15,000, 16,000 students. So Troy's up in that level. They've got a good enough football program. They could, if they have the booster money to do it, they could compete. Now, I'm not saying they'd win a lot, but they could. Listen, they're better than some Power 5 teams. There's no doubt about that. UCF is the biggest college in the United States. Is that true? Uncle Lou says, you know what I don't understand? Scott Frost was a powerhouse for UCF. He goes to Nebraska, and he's nothing more than a Big Ten's trash can. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's kind of hard to come down on Scott Frost. He inherited a bad program. I mean, a bad team, personnel-wise. Nebraska has not been recruiting at a high level in a very, very long time. Now, Nebraska is not an easy place to recruit. But the good thing about Scott Frost is he'll be able to get elite players from both coasts. He's got connections in Florida. We already know that with him being at UCF. His name recognition alone can get some elite players from the West Coast and the East Coast, and really all around. It's going to take, listen, anybody I'm on the Scott Frost bandwagon. Am I saying that he's going to go out there and win national titles and become the next Nick Saban? I'm not saying that. But give the guy a few years to get his guys in there and recruit. I mean, you can only win with the players you got, and the players he got just aren't cutting it. And they're not going to cut it for a while now. Got to give that guy – he's on the 5-year meal plan if you're a Nebraska fan. And it is kind of hard to recruit in Nebraska these days. I mean, who would you rather go? I mean, to a lot of different places. Or Nebraska, there's not a lot going on in Nebraska, people. He's got to be a really good salesman to sell that program to 4 and 5 star recruits. Taggart screwed. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. LSU's got the ball. And Joe Burrow in the shotgun. And it's complete over the middle for about an 11-yard gain there. I think this game is going to be good. I think this game is going to come down to the end. Both teams are really playing well, at least in the second quarter they were. All right, here we go. 1st and 10, Joe Burrow from the 37-yard line. He drops back, and the pass is complete for a big gain. He gained about 11 on that one, so it'd be another 1st down. LSU is playing very quickly, trying to do the Auburn style hurry-up football here, which I don't mind seeing, but when you're calling the game and doing a play-by-play and reaction, it sucks because you have no time to do anything between plays. Here we go. Ball is snapped. He hands it off. Burrow keeps it, and he is knocked down he got about 2 yards there, so it'll be 2nd and 8. 14 minutes left in the third quarter, 14-10. Auburn leads LSU. All right, here we go. 2nd and 7. From the 49-yard line, they are in Auburn territory. Burrow hands the ball off, run up the middle for about 3, so it'll be 3rd and about 4 inside the 50-yard line. Unna Rammer, good afternoon, sir. That's a hell of a name. You people with your names. Some of your names are unbelievable on YouTube. All right, here we go. 3rd and 3. LSU is 2 for 2 on short 3rd and shorts. Burrow drops back in the pocket from under center, throws to his right and way overthrown, and it will be 4th down. And I would imagine they're on the 48-yard line. They're not going to go for it. Looks like they're going to kick a punt here, and it will be Auburn's ball. Auburn has a tough schedule. Yes, they do. LSU has a tough schedule too. I mean, both Auburn and LSU have to play Alabama and Georgia this year, since Georgia's cross-divisional game this year is at LSU. Here we go, 4th and 3, and they're going to punt from the 50-yard line. And it's a fake punt, and he passes it, and it's incomplete. What was that? That was the most sad-looking fake punt I've ever seen in my life. What was that? I mean, I don't blame him for going for a fake punt, but the execution on that, what was he doing? That was it looked like he was trying to shoot a basketball, not throw a football. Oh, man. So, Auburn's going to take over on downs. It's still 14-10. Auburn leads the ball game. That jump, though, he looked like he was trying to do like a layup, didn't he? Uncle Lou's still talking trash to the UCF fans. He lost to a one-handed man. Hey, is that D guy? Are you the one that was arguing with me about UCF should be the number 1 team in the country? Gamecock fan, good afternoon, sir. I'm sure if you're here, you're amazing and fantastic, other than the fact that you're a Gamecock fan. But anyways, he says, who's the real Tigers? Well, John Heisman was the coach of the Clemson Tigers from like 1902 to 1905 or something like that. I might be a year off, sorry. He named Clemson the Tigers. Then he left Clemson and went and took the job as the head coach of LSU and named them the Tigers. So if you just look up the history of it, Clemson was named the Tigers before LSU was by the count of a couple of years. They were named by the same guy, by the way. And that's for all those Gamecock fans out there that say, well, Clemson doesn't have any Heisman winners. Yeah, you know we do have? We have the guy that is named after was a coach at our school, John Heisman himself. Gamecock fan says, what about Auburn? I don't know. I don't know when Auburn was named the Tigers. Oh, you're an Auburn fan, D. I got you. All right, here we go. They're showing this botched this botched fake punt again. I guess that their controversy is what are they trying to say, that Ed Orgeron called a timeout or something? Anyway, whatever. 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Stidham in the shotgun. Short pass, and it's caught. And he stays up somehow and gets, oh man, he made a 2-yard gain into about an 8-yard gain there. Hell of an effort there by the Auburn receiver. So it'll be 2nd and 2. Dominic Lowe, can you actually show the game? No, I cannot show the game because I will get my YouTube channel taken down. I'm sure a lot of you would love to see that, but I wouldn't. And they hand it off Auburn on 2nd and 2, and they get a first down easily. Get about a 7-yard gain there, so it'll be 1st and 10. Auburn in LSU territory. Auburn runs so many plays, so many fast. I took my eyes off the screen for 2 seconds to look at the comments. I looked back up, and they already ran another play. They're trying to run 100 plays in this game, I swear. They're already about to run another one. Here we go, 2nd and 7. Of course, it looks like we have an injured LSU player. So they're stopping the game. Dominic Lowe, no, it's not true, sir. Listen, I appreciate anybody that's stopping in. And for anybody who's new, hit the like and subscribe button. But everybody comes on here and asks me to show the game. It's not going to happen. You can tell me there's ways around it and this and that. I'm not even going to mess with trying to do that. It's just not going to happen. I do my best to keep you updated with the score and the plays that are going on live. There's like a 12-second delay. I give you the timestamps, the time of the game, the down, the distance, the score, the play. I'm basically calling the game. No, I'm not basically calling the game. I am calling the game. I can't show it. I'm sorry if you can't see it. If you can't see it, this is the next best thing, is to listen to me tell you what the score is and the plays. Pretty much as simple as that. Who is winning? Auburn is winning 14-10, sir. Lee Smith says Lou makes him so damn mad. Yeah, I don't remember Auburn running that hurry-up offense. Did they do that last year too? I don't remember them doing that last year. And when Clemson played them last year, week 2, I don't remember them running that hurry-up offense. They're running more plays than any team in the country right now. I mean, other teams try to do that. They're not running as many plays as Auburn. Auburn's got it down. They're running the play like every 10 seconds. They do it every year. Well, they must have mastered it then, because I don't remember them doing it that good. I mean, they might have had a hurry-up offense, but it wasn't as fast as it is now. Auburn invented it? No, they didn't, sir. King 2 Bishop. Auburn did not invent the hurry-up offense, sir. I mean, come on. I know you don't believe that. Pretty sure Chip Kelly in Oregon did. At least they're the ones that ran it to to a high level, and actually worked. Here we go, 2nd and 7 from the 37-yard line. Fake handoff. Stidham throws downfield. Wide open. Caught at the 20. Down to the 10. Leapfrogs. Oh, down around the 3-yard line. Big play by Auburn. Auburn looks like that. 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. That guy was wide open. Here we go. 1st and down from the 4. And Stidham keeps it. Rolls out to the left. And I think he gets a touchdown. Stidham, touchdown. Auburn, touchdown. Wow. Didn't see that coming. TTD Tyler, who do you have winning Auburn versus Mississippi State? Where's that game being played? And I'll tell you. I mean, I'll go ahead and tell you right now, I think Auburn's winning the game. No matter where it is. But depending on where it is, I could give you maybe a idea on how close I think it'll be. 22-17, Notre Dame and Vandy. That looks like a good game too. It's in Stark Vegas. All right, so I'll give Mississippi State a little bit of a benefit of the doubt since it's in Stark Vegas, and I'll say Auburn. I'll give it about the same as I gave this one. Auburn by 7, 6 or 7. So I'd say 28-21, 27-21, something like that. Auburn. I'll pay attention when we go to the 3rd Death Valley and pimp slap LSU, he says. Okay. Richard Neal, I see you're a Mississippi State fan. I think Mississippi State's got a great team. And could they beat Auburn? Sure they could. I'm still going to pick Auburn, though. So they're reviewing this touchdown. And they overturned it. They're taking the touchdown away from Auburn. So the score again is back to 14-10. And I'm guessing they're going to call them a 2nd and goal from what? The 1-foot line? I mean, all right, 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line or inside the 1-yard line. And they're running the Wildcat. Stidham is not on the field. Tackled for a 2-yard loss. I don't like that Wildcat play in that situation. You know the guy's going to keep it. They've done this 3 times already, and it hasn't worked once. They've run that same play 3 times in this game, and they've had the same result all 3 times, a tackle for loss. So here we go. 3rd and goal from what, the 4-yard line now? 10 minutes and 40 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. 14-10. Auburn leads LSU. Gus Malzahn looks like he's about to blow a fuse. Falcons Fury, good afternoon, sir. I'm sure if you're here, you're amazing and fantastic. Otherwise, you would not be here. Haven't seen you. Welcome to the stream, sir. You missed our Falcons and Panthers talk earlier. Now, we're on a commercial break right now for anybody who's not watching the game. Auburn is just drove all the way down the field. Had a touchdown overturned. I guess they said he stepped out of bounds at the 1-foot line. Then on 2nd and goal from the 1-foot line, they do the Wildcat formation, and the running back takes the hike and then takes a smack in the face from the LSU defense and loses 3 yards. So here we are at 3rd and goal from around the 4 or 5 yard line whenever they come back on. Pete, who you got in Auburn versus Bama and UGA? That's 3 teams, sir. Only 2 teams can play each other at the same time as far as I know, and I'll check my records and make sure that's correct. Auburn versus Alabama, I have Alabama. I have Alabama beating everybody that they play until they show me any different. Pretty much that simple. And I'm guessing you're saying Auburn versus UGA. That game is in Georgia this year, right? That's a tough game to pick. I would say I'm going to pick Georgia in that game simply because it's at Georgia. If it were in Auburn, I might pick Auburn. I think that's going to be a great game. I can't wait for that game. The Auburn and Georgia game is going to be good. Did somebody ban Uncle Lou? Is that true? Falcons Fury. Falcons Fury. Do not. Why are you banning Uncle Lou, sir? Don't do that. No, it's not. All right, here we go. Third and goal. Here we go. Third and goal from the 4-yard line. He passes it. Touchdown. Wide open. Touchdown Auburn. So now it'll be back to 21 if they get the extra point. Right now it's 20-10 Auburn. Okay, you guys are telling me it was a fake account, I guess. Okay. Even if it's a fake account, you don't have to ban him for that. I mean, people can make whatever account they want, as long as he's not saying anything crazy against the rules. Like I said, even if it's a fake Uncle Lou, he can be a fake Uncle Lou all he wants, as long as he doesn't say anything out of line. Yeah, so anybody who's just checking in with me, if you're new to this channel, please hit the like and subscribe button. I do 2 live shows a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 4 p.m. for an hour, where we do meaningless talk about college football for the week and even some NFL football, and I may say something about your team that you may not like. Get used to it. I also upload a couple of meaningless, pointless videos during the week that aren't live, that pertain to either NFL or college football. And every single Saturday of the college football season, I pick one primetime football matchup. Today I picked LSU and Auburn, and do a live play-by-play and reaction, which is what you're watching right now. So we have a lot of fun on here. It doesn't cost you any money to hit that like and subscribe button, so just go ahead and do that and make your life and mine a lot easier. Pete, it's extreme college football. Yes. Lee Smith says he would hit like, but Pete constantly trolls me. I don't troll you, sir. I troll everybody. Lee Smith is good people, though. He's always here. You're here, you should hit the like button, man. Pretty much that simple. Duke 23-6 over Baylor. Hey, Duke has covered the spread in like 19 out of their past 24 games, and won like 14 of them outright when they're underdogs. Duke is if you'd bet on Duke the past 24 games to cover the spread, you'd have been, well, right 19 times. Duke is a big-time moneymaker in Vegas for anybody who's smart enough to bet Duke. Duke is a good football team. Trust me. Well, they're undefeated. It looks like they're going to stay that way. Michaela McCoy says, Pigskin, Clemson, or Alabama? Are you saying which one do I think is a better team right now? I think Alabama's a better team than Clemson right now, based on what I'm seeing. Talent-wise, they're not too much far apart. But Alabama is destroying everybody they play, and Clemson isn't. But it's a long season. My thoughts on that may change. A couple of injuries here, a couple of injuries there. Change the whole dynamic of things. put it this way: if Tua Tagovailoa, what I call him, was to get injured or something, I might change my mind. But Tua is right now is playing at a high level, and so is the rest of that Alabama team, especially their offense. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Burrows has the ball, hands it off, and taken down right around the line of scrimmage there. It's going to be 2nd and 9 maybe. 10 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Auburn leads the game 21-10. LSU came out early in this game, put up quick 10 points. It was 10-0 for a while there. Ever since the middle of the second quarter, Auburn has looked like the more dominant team, and it obviously has scored 3 straight touchdowns. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Burrow hands it off, and you get about a 3-yard gain there. It's going to be 3rd and I'd say 6 or 7. Pete, you need to start making your random thoughts and coaches segment videos again. Yes, I will. I'll do that. Billy Dawson. Billy, those videos are they're hard to make, but I definitely have more random thoughts videos planned and some coaching ones too. Here we go. 3rd and 6 from the 29-yard line. Burrow takes the ball, fake handoff, and he throws it to his right. Ew, man, that ball was almost intercepted. So it's going to be 4th and 6. LSU with another 3 and out. LSU's offense in the first half was looking much better than it is so far in the second half. And likewise for the defense, Auburn's defense looks like it's playing with much more purpose in this second half than it was in the beginning of the game. Yeah, TTT Tyler says Auburn's defense has LSU on lockdown right now. Yeah, they do. Here we go. The punt is up. And that's a long punt. And he takes it. It's being returned. He makes some people miss and gets taken down right around the 30-yard line. So Auburn takes over. It'll be 1st and 10 Auburn from the 30-yard line. 21-10 is the score. And right now, Auburn is in the driver's seat. Eric Burt says he called that Duke game. So did I. Listen, Duke went on the road now to Northwestern last week. Northwestern's no powerhouse. Neither is Duke, though, right? So they're pretty evenly matched teams in their conference. They're both middle-of-the-road, lower-tier teams within their own conference. Lower-tier Big 10 team for Northwestern, lower-tier Big ACC team for Duke. And Duke went in there and absolutely curb-stomped Northwestern in Northwestern last week. And incomplete pass on 1st and 10 for Auburn. And then, of course, it looks like Duke's taking care of business again today from another non-conference team. Duke is a dark horse to win the Coastal Division without a doubt, says Air Max Legend Killer. I agree. Keon Williams, good afternoon, sir. Welcome to the stream. Auburn fan says 48-17 is his prediction. Here we go. 2nd and 10 from the 29-yard line. Stidham in the shotgun. 9 minutes and 6 seconds left in the third quarter. And he hands the ball off. And he's taken down pretty much at the line of scrimmage there. Be 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10 coming up. 3rd and 9. Jimmy C says it's over. LSU can't get offense going. Well, newsflash, LSU hasn't had offense going since Obama's first term. All right, here we go. 8 minutes and 36 seconds left in the third quarter. 3rd and 9. Stidham in the shotgun from the 30-yard line. In the first half, Auburn was terrible in third down conversions. We'll see what they can do here. He drops back. Throws, and the ball is batted down. It'll be 4th and 9. Auburn's going to have to punt the ball. Lee Smith says, same coach, pretty much the same team. Like they were going to be much better. You talking about LSU, I guess? Yeah, that was my prediction before the season. Again, I'm not a believer in Coach Orgeron. LSU fans don't like it when I say that because they had one good game against Miami, and now all of a sudden they're going to win the West and go to the playoffs because they beat Miami in Game 1. Sorry, it doesn't work that way. I'm of the belief that LSU is a 7-win, maybe 8-win team. Now, they do play in a very tough division. I'm going to give them that much. I'll give them the credit that they have to play this year against Georgia and Alabama, Mississippi State. Of course, they already played Miami. Obviously, they're playing Auburn now. They've got a tough schedule. Nonetheless, 8-win team. Orgeron is not going to, in my opinion, win the West ever. At least not in the next few years. And LSU fans aren't patient enough to wait for Nick Saban to retire, in my opinion. Here we go. Burrow drops back complete around the 50-yard line for a first down. Looks like a couple of flags were thrown. We'll see who that's against. 7 minutes and 57 seconds left in the third quarter. And the score is 21-10, Auburn leading LSU. Lee Smith says, all you got to do is be ranked and Mark Richt won't beat you. Yeah, Florida State fans. If I were a Florida State fan, I'd be so embarrassed right now, really. Here we go. 1st and 10. We're on the 34-yard line. Burrow hands the ball off, runs up the middle for about 5 yards there. Maybe 2nd and 5. Vandy must have put up a fight, says Jimmy C. What's the score of that game? 22-17 is the final. Wow. TTD Tyler says, Pigskin Pete, how do you think Clemson will compete if they played in the SEC? I think they compete up there with Alabama and Auburn and Georgia because they're the same caliber team as everybody I just named. Listen, it doesn't matter what conference you're in when you're a top 3 program in the country, which is what Clemson is right now. That's just all there is to it. Deshaun Watson came back. Yeah, very funny, sir. I don't know if you checked last time you checked, sir, but I don't know what fan you're, what team you're a fan of. But Deshaun Watson wasn't there last year, and they still went to the playoffs, didn't they? He's not there this year, and they're probably going to go again, sir. North Texas 34-10 over Arkansas. Oof. Here we go. 1st and 10. LSU from the 20-yard line in the red zone. Burrow back to pass, throws it deep in the end zone, and they're going to call a flag on that. Nope, no flag. He's 2nd and 10. Yeah, these same people that get on here and say that Deshaun Watson's the only reason Clemson was ever any good, they haven't been paying attention to college football because Deshaun Watson was only there for 3 years. Meanwhile, Clemson's the 2nd winningest team outside of Alabama over the past 8 years. Has more wins against ranked teams over the past 8 years than anybody in the country not named Alabama, and the most playoff appearances in college football with any other than anybody not named Alabama. So you could. Either there's one of either two things going on here. Either you just hate Clemson and you're trolling me, or you don't really pay attention to college football. Either way, doesn't matter. You're just a hater and you're jealous, which is fine with me. Because if you weren't hating Clemson, that means they wouldn't be any good. Up until about 10 years ago, nobody gave two craps about Clemson. Now all of a sudden, everybody hates them. Only because they're winning national titles. All right, here we go. 3rd and 5 from the 25-yard line. Oh, I'm sorry, the 15-yard line in the red zone. Burrow's back, drops back to pass, throws it. Ooh, there's a flag on the play. Incomplete, but there's a flag. Looks like it's going to be against Auburn. Pass interference call. Big-time mental mistake there. Yep, pass interference against Auburn. So it'll be 1st down. That's going to put them, what, like the 5-yard line? It's going to be 1st and goal, LSU. I can't put the camera on the game because I'll get my YouTube channel taken down. That's why. Mississippi bound. It's a copyright infringement. Here we go. 1st and goal. Burrow hands the ball off. And he's taken down for no gain, really. He's 2nd and goal. TCU is one of the winningest programs in the current era of college football. People rarely give them credit for it. I do. I think that TCU is a great program. All right, here we go. 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line. LSU knocking on the door. 21-10, Auburn. Burrow back to pass. Oh, my God. What was that? I'm surprised there wasn't a flag thrown there. The receiver and the defensive back got tangled up. Then the receiver pops up, and the ball hits him right in the number, and he didn't even see it coming, and it bounces off of him. Bounces off his chest. He could have easily had a touchdown there. He just didn't see the ball. That was sort of a bang-bang play. I don't know if that was really catchable. Surprised they didn't call an interference call there, even though there wasn't one. All right, so here we go. 3rd and goal. 4 minutes left in the 3rd quarter from the 8-yard line. Ball snap. Burrow back to pass. He rolls out to his left. He's looking. He's being chased down. Throws it, and it's batted down. So it'll be 4th and goal. What will they do? Burrow flips over the fence head first. Gets up looking like he's drunk. Anyway, so I'm assuming they're going to kick a field goal here. They beat UTEP. He went to a party. Volunteer Roadshow's evil twin is in here. I had Pigskin Pete's evil twin. Somebody made an account for that. Came up, showed up, and started talking to me, and I just ignored them, and then I haven't seen them since. So these evil twins, when they show up, if you don't talk to them, they just go away and make an evil twin of somebody else and go troll their channel, I guess. Falcons Fury says he wishes he had an evil twin. He feels left out. Yeah, they're not all cracked up there to be. Yeah, listen, I know people that, guys that I've talked to, that they show 5 minutes of a game and their YouTube channel gets taken down. Well, the first thing they'll do is just ban you from live streaming anymore. That's the first strike. Now, if you do it to an NFL game, they don't play around. They'll probably just completely shut your channel down. You have to make a new one. The NFL copyright, they don't play. But I'm listening. I'm tired of repeating. I'm going to put something across the bottom of my screen here that says why I'm not showing the game, because that's the most frequently asked question when people come on here, and I'm not trying to be a jerk about it. People, I guess they think they're going to see the game when they click on this video. But I can't, so I'm not going to. Falcons Fury says having an evil twin is his goal in life. That's a hell of a goal, sir. All right, here we go. 3 minutes and 58 seconds left in the third quarter. Auburn up 21-13. We have a game here, guys. It's only a 8-point game right now. Auburn receives the ball. And a big return. He gets out across. Oh, he's taking that around the 40. If he wouldn't have got tripped up, that would have been, he might have taken that to the house. Got tripped up at the last second there. So Auburn takes over at their own 40-yard line after a 38-yard return. Receives the ball at the 2-yard line, takes it all the way to the 40. D. Tanksley, the score is 21-13, sir. Auburn leading the game. Auburn just got the ball back. Shit. My battery's about to die. All right. Sorry, I missed that play there. So 2nd and 7 now. Keon Williams says, Pete, what's your predictions on the Ole Miss and Alabama game? I think Alabama's going to beat Ole Miss pretty easily. Here we go. 2nd and 7. Auburn back to pass. Throws a short pass complete for a first down. So it'll be 1st and 10. Auburn. The Ole Miss and Alabama game is intriguing to me, however, because we all know that the Ole Miss is capable of putting up a lot of points. When's the last time anybody thought that, you know, an Alabama-Ole Miss game would be a shootout, 50-point range? It could end up being that way, though, but I think that Alabama's better. All right, 1st and 10. Stidham dumps it off for a short gain. It'll be 2nd down. Pete, would you trade Gronk from a turkey leg? What? I don't even know what that means, sir. All right. Ole Miss is going to land shark Tua. There's not even... Ole Miss isn't even on the coast, is it? There's no sharks. And don't even tell me about sharks being on land, because there's not. I've watched the Discovery Channel for thousands of hours. I've never seen a shark on land, sir. It's a fictional character. You think the Ole Miss is going to pull it out? Well, you're entitled to your opinion. I think probably about 90% of the country disagrees with you. But if Ole Miss does pull it out, you'll look like a complete genius, sir. Would I trade Gronk for a ham sandwich? No, I wouldn't. I don't have Gronk to trade. I don't have him on my team, and I don't have him on my fantasy team, so I can't trade him. If I did have him, I would not trade him for a ham sandwich. No, to answer your question. That land shrimp defense ain't going to stop Tua and company. D. Tanksley says Bama's going to destroy Ole Miss, and he's not even an Alabama fan. He's an Auburn fan. Blacklist DCUO. I agree. That's where I'm getting my prediction from. You said it perfectly. You basically took the words right out of my mouth. You said even if it's a shootout, Bama's defense will stop Ole Miss more than Ole Miss will stop Alabama. Exactly. That's what I think too. Okay, how about 4 ham sandwiches? If you get me up around 6 or 7 ham sandwiches and throw a turkey sandwich in there, I might do it. 24 BYU, 21 Wisconsin in the fourth quarter. Oh, my God. If Wisconsin goes down, the Big Ten is done. The Big Ten, don't even get me started on I'll go into my Big Ten rant when this game's over. Big Ten's the most overrated conference in the country this year. They're losing to every conference. They're losing to the ACC. They're losing to the Pac-12, the Big 12, the SEC. Ohio State's their only hope. The Big Ten is Ohio State and everybody else. All I hear all day is the ACC is terrible. It's Clemson and everybody else. Well, guess what? If you're a Big Ten fan, the Big Ten is Ohio State and everybody else. If Wisconsin loses to BYU, that'd be bad. It'd be bad for Wisconsin because they don't have a very strong schedule in the first place. Hell, last year they went 12-0. All they did was lose the championship game and still got left out of the playoff. I think Wisconsin's a great team, but BYU isn't. Here we go. 3rd and 8 from the 44-yard line. Auburn with the ball. Stidham back to pass. Intercepted. Well, I don't know if that was I don't know what that was. I mean, so turnover. The only player that could have made a catch on that ball was the LSU defender. I mean, that was either a huge mental mistake by Jarrett Stidham, either that or the Auburn receiver was supposed to come back and didn't because that was just really bad. Bad interception there. Does this mean that the Big 12 is better now? Better than who? Better than the Big 10? Well, I don't know so far this year. All right, here we go. Burrow. Too early to say that, but listen, like I said, so Michigan loses to Notre Dame. Michigan State loses to Arizona State. Northwestern loses to Duke. If BYU beats Wisconsin, I mean, I don't know. It's just so far, and it's still only the 3rd week of the year, so I'm not going to overreact to it. So far, the so-called upper tier of the Big Ten is underperforming. That's all I'm saying. Here we go. 2nd and 10. Burrow hands the ball off for looks like about a 2-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 8. Stid Porkham is daydreaming about the Peach Bowl. I would tend to agree with Air Max, the Legend Killers ranking there. Of course, nobody else will, but that doesn't matter. All right, here we go. 3rd and 8 from the 49-yard line. LSU calls a timeout, I think. Yep. What will happen first, a UGA Natty win or Pete eating a ham sandwich? I don't know what your obsession with Falcons Fury today with me eating ham sandwiches is. I do love a good ham sandwich, though. But it's more likely that I'm going to eat a ham sandwich before UGA wins a Natty because I'm going to eat a ham sandwich probably within the next week or two. Nick Bro says turkey over ham. For a sandwich, yeah, I think I like turkey sandwiches better than ham sandwiches. Ham is better probably on its own, though, without bread. All right, here we go. 3rd and 8 from the 49-yard line. Joe Burrow's back, drops back. Has LSU just abandoned the run game or what? Burrow running for his life gets tripped up for no gain, really, maybe a yard. 4th down, looks like LSU's going to have to punt the ball. Did LSU just abandon the running game? I mean, they were running it with authority in the first half, and it seems like every play in the second half for them, the vast majority of them have just been like empty backfield, shotgun. Joe Burrow drops back with obvious passing situations, and they're able to stop it because they know that's what he's going to do. All right, Richard Neal. See you later, man. Thanks for stopping in. All right. right, so LSU downs the ball at about the 10, so Auburn's going to take over at their own 10-yard line. Less than a minute left in the third quarter. The score is still 21-13 Auburn. Next Saturday, 3:30 p.m. is Alabama and Texas A&M. I can't wait to watch that one. What will happen first, says Air Max the Legend Killer? Texas winning the Big 12 or TCU to the playoffs? Ooh. That's a really good one, man. I would say, I don't know, man. First and 10, Auburn runs the ball for about 9 yards, be second and 1. I didn't realize the game was back on. I'd say probably TCU makes the playoffs before Texas wins the Big 12. I don't know. Flip a coin. The likelihood of either one of those things happening in the near future is probably pretty slim. Although TCU, I think, has a chance to do it this year. We'll see how they look tonight. I picked before the season, my dark horse to win the Big 12 was TCU. The favorite pick is Oklahoma. The favorite pick should be Oklahoma. They got the most talent. And, of course, they've pretty much dominated that conference in recent years. But what fun would it be for me just to say Clemson's going to win the ACC, Alabama's going to win the SEC, Ohio conference title picks preseason. I picked Penn State to win the Big Ten as a dark horse. Probably not going to happen, but it's still early. And then, of course, I picked TCU to win the Big 12. Now, I do believe that if there is a one-loss Big 12 champ, whether it's TCU, Oklahoma, or West Virginia, or anybody else, they will make the playoff. So it is conceivable, if my calculations are correct and my dark horse pick is correct, that TCU could make the playoff this year. Conceivably. Now, I might change my answer after I see how they play tonight. If they go out there and get curb stomped by Ohio State tonight, I'm not going to be saying that anymore. So we'll see. Smoked or glazed ham? Smoked. Can't you smoke it and glaze it? Prefer both. Subway or Jersey Mike's? Jersey Mike's. Rick Williams. I know who Rick Williams is. I know that guy. You know how I know him? I'm married to his daughter. That's my father-in-law in the chat there, guys. Rick Williams. He says, Oklahoma's defense same today as normal. None. Washington is winning the Big 13. You guys are funny. White Castle or In-N-Out? Come on, man. Falcons Fury. Falcons Fury, have you been drinking today? White Castle or In-N-Out? That's not even close. First of all, we don't even have In-N-Out where I live. But I do know that In-N-Out is comparable to like a Five Guys type thing. And White Castle is not anywhere close to Five Guys, In-N-Out. No way. In-N-Out probably 100 times out of 100. Chick-fil-A or McDonald's? Chick-fil-A. Who you got Auburn losing to? I think our only worries are Bama and UGA, but I think we got them, honestly. Yeah, well, I agree. Well, I don't know if I agree that you're going to beat them, but I agree that that's your biggest threat in the SEC or in the West in particular is Alabama and Georgia. Yeah, so listen, D, if you can somehow split that series, if you can beat UGA and lose to Bama or beat Bama and lose to UGA, that'd be a win. If you split that series, you'll be fine. Pretty hard. Going to be pretty hard to do that, though, on the road for both games. All right, Auburn gets the ball in 2nd and 3, and a big gain, first down. All right, so, guys, it's 14 minutes and 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The score is 21-13 Auburn. Auburn's got the ball, 1st and 10, and they are playing fast. And that's like another 9-yard gain there by Schwartz. So it'll be 2nd and 1. Look, the announcers can't even announce because they're running the play so fast. And there's a flag, personal foul. Taco Bell or clean toilet water. I like both. Big fan of both. Big fan of clean toilet water and Taco Bell. Yeah, Five Guys is expensive. There's a ton of them where I live. I don't go that often because it is so expensive. Just for a burger and fries and a drink, you spend like $20. You're right, but it is good. I've never had Whataburger. They don't have them here, so I've heard it's good though. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. What was the personal foul for? Are they calling this a targeting or something? Yeah, that's what it is. Helmet to helmet. That guy's going to get ejected. Or maybe he did. I don't know. 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. I was too busy messing with you guys. Stidham in the shotgun. Drops back to pass. He's looking. He's got all day. Throws it away. Nobody open. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Auburn leads the game 21-13. 14 minutes and 25 seconds left in the 4th quarter. A touchdown here wouldn't seal the game, but it almost would. It would make it very hard for LSU to come back from that. All right, here we go. 2nd and 10 from the 40-yard line. Stidham in the shotgun. Ball snapped. Hands it off. What was that? I mean, for a 3-yard loss there. That was the most pitiful execution of a run play I've ever seen in my life. It looked like a run-pass option, but he couldn't figure out whether he wanted to run or pass. he wasn't very quick with his option. Yeah, he should have kept it. Yeah. LSU or Auburn, NW Relentless. Well, I picked Auburn to win the game before the game started, so I'm picking Auburn still. And obviously, they're winning the game. So, all right, 13 minutes and 45 seconds left. Stidham back to pass, runs. Oh man, on 3rd and 13, he picks up about 8, so it'll be 4th and 5. And Auburn's going to punt the ball. Why wouldn't you? Too far for a field goal, and really too far to go for it. Virginia King, good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. I'm sure if you're here, you're amazing and fantastic. Otherwise, you would not be here. Virginia says, War Eagle. So, obviously, an Auburn fan. And if I were an Auburn fan, I guess I'd be screaming War Eagle right now, too. Because, they're kicking a field goal, and it's wide left. Why did they? No good. No good. So, anyway, the score remains with the missed field goal. 21 Auburn, LSU 13. 12 minutes and 55 seconds left in the game. And LSU will take over. Del Taco consistency. I've never had a Del Taco either. All right, I'm going to have to take a 30-second intermission or however long it takes me to pee because I got to pee really bad. Be right back. All right, here we go. 1st and 10, LSU at the 35-yard line. And Burrow drops back to pass, play action. Nope. Throws a screen to the right. Good for about 3 yards. So here we go, guys. Coming down to the final stretch of the game here. 12 minutes and 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Auburn still leading at 21-13. LSU needs to really do something. LSU came out in the first quarter and looked like they were the better team for about 15 minutes, scoring 10 to Auburn 0 in the first quarter. Ever since then, it's been all Auburn. Second and 7. Burrow back to pass, throws it, and it's complete. And he's taken down about 3 yards short. Maybe 3rd and 3. Roy Gonzalez, it's 21-13, sir. Auburn's leading the game. 11 minutes and 55 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 3rd and 3. LSU has the ball on their own 42-yard line. Burrow keeps it on a quarterback keeper, and he's taken down at the line of scrimmage for no gain. What was that? And it looked like a run-pass option, and it was either an RPO or it was a design run. Either way, it was executed terribly. It looked like an RPO. Yeah, it definitely was. And bad decision by Burrow to keep that ball. He should have handed it off. And if that was designed, it just wasn't a very good play call. I mean, I don't understand. The Clemson does the same thing. They do these design quarterback runs when it's 3rd and 4 or 4th and 3 or whatever. You've got a stable full of running backs that are there to run the football, and you let your non-athletic pocket passing quarterback run the ball on 3rd down. What are you doing? I hate that. And it's so predictable too, especially with Clemson. They do it all the time. That's my biggest gripe with Clemson's play calling is they do 7 or 8 or 9 or 10, sometimes even more design quarterback runs every single game. And I know they're going to do it every time before they do it. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But the point is, like, when you have elite running backs in the backfield, I'd rather them carry the ball than Joe Burrow. I mean, come on. Duke 30-20 over Baylor. No shocker there. Oklahoma State 37-21 over Boise State. Oklahoma State hasn't. I guess they're about to be 3-0, right? But who have they played? I'm guessing they haven't really played. I mean, Boise State, is that the best team they've played so far? They haven't played any Big 12 teams yet, have they? I'm still on the fence about Oklahoma State, how they're going to look this year, because I haven't seen them play anybody that they shouldn't beat. Can we start a petition for less commercials? You can start a petition all you want. Let's be real. If you're watching it on cable, you're going to get 65% commercials compared to 45% actual gameplay. So, the amount of commercials on TV now is borderline unwatchable, which is why a lot of people come to things like this on YouTube where there's not commercials every 3 seconds. Illinois 19-14 over South Florida. Anybody who's just checking in, please hit the like and subscribe button. I do these live streams every single weekend for a primetime college football game, live play-by-play and reaction video for a game of my choosing. Today I chose LSU and Auburn. Next week, who knows who it could be. Last week I did Clemson and Texas A&M. And the week before that I did Auburn and Washington. So this is my second Auburn game doing this. And during the week I do 2 live shows, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 4 p.m. for 1 hour. And in between that, I upload meaningless and pointless college football videos where I talk about absolutely nothing and make no sense when I do it. So please hit the like and subscribe button. if you're here. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 from the 9-yard line. Stidham hands the ball off, and they get about a yard. It's going to be 2nd and 9, 2nd and 8. Auburn leads the game 21-13. 10 minutes and 40 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Air Max, the Legend Killer, says he's going to go live for the TCU and Ohio State game. Well, good luck, sir. I'll try to check in with you. See how you're doing on there. All right, here we go. 2nd and 7 from the 12-yard line. Stidham takes the shotgun snap and rolls out to his left, throws it. It's complete. Caught right at the first down marker. I don't know if they're going to give it to him. It looked like a first down to me, but it looks like they're spotting it short. I don't know. Somebody's hurt, though. LSU player's hurt. Looks like he might have got the wind knocked out of him or something. And, yeah, that looked like a first down to me. Yeah, he crossed. They better take a look at that because I'm telling you that was a first down, but they're marking it short. I would definitely have them look at that. Bad spot. Mark Dudley says, I want to do Michigan and Nebraska game. Well, I would if Nebraska was any good. Believe me, I would do a Michigan game. It probably wouldn't end well, though. By the time I got done calling the Michigan game, I probably would end up having 0 subscribers. Jaden Stein says, Auburn or LSU fan? Neither. I'm a Clemson fan. I'll do a Big Ten game for sure. Believe me. I even almost did the game tonight. It just so happened, as far as my schedule goes with what's going on in my house, because that matters too, unfortunately, is that this game was more feasible for me to do than the Ohio State TCU game. I did think about doing that game though, and I will do some Big Ten games this year for sure. I don't discriminate. I mean, listen, I did one Clemson game out of the past 3 weeks, and I've done 2 SEC matchups. So, I don't care if it's a Pac-12 game, Big 10, Big 12, whatever the good game is for the week is what I'll do. I'm not just a Clemson fan. I'm a fan of all college football. All right, 1st and 10. Stidham gets the snap. It hands it off, and for no gain. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Auburn's got the ball. 9 minutes and 40 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Auburn leads the game 21-13 right now. Like I said with the last drive, Auburn needs to put this game in a very difficult situation for LSU. Auburn needs to score a touchdown. If Auburn does get a touchdown on this drive, it'll be very hard for LSU to come back from that lead. But right now, it's only an 8-point game, anybody's game. Stidham in the shotgun from the 21-yard line, drops back to pass, obvious passing situation. He's got all day, throws it deep, way overthrew that guy by 5 yards. Incomplete. Flag on the play. Who's it going to be on? I don't know. You let me know. It's against Auburn. Nick Bro says, I know it's early, but what game are you thinking about live streaming next week? It is too early for that. A lot of that may depend on still the outcomes of some of these games that happen today. So there's a bunch of good games next week, though. All right, 2nd and 18 from the 11-yard line. Stidham hands the ball off, runs up the middle for about 7 or 8 yards. So it's going to be about 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11, something like that. 8 minutes and 50 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Auburn still holds the lead 21-13. So it's 3rd and 9 officially. Air Max the Legend Killer says Gary Patterson is the GOAT. Well, I don't know about that, but I do think that Gary Patterson is a really good coach. I think Gary Patterson is probably, if he's not the best coach in the Big 12, he's the second best. I mean, Lincoln Riley's only in his second year, so it's kind of hard to crown him. Gary Patterson's been there for a long time at TCU and had a lot of success. So, you promote Pete but don't sweeten the pot. You are bad at this. I don't know who you're talking to. Mark Dudley says, I want to catch the Clemson North Carolina State game live stream. That will be a good game. Well, here's the problem, Mark Dudley. I'm going to be at that game. I will actually be there with Prince 6'1" of all people. So I will be actually probably doing some streaming while I'm there, but it won't be like this. I won't be at home streaming it, doing a live play-by-play. Obviously, for inside the stadium, I can't do that, nor do I want to. But I agree, that should be a great game. Yeah, so right around the time this stream ends will be the time for the TCU. What's the official time, game kickoff time for the TCU and Ohio State game? Eastern time. 7:30? 7? Is it 7 or 7:30? I hope it's more closer to 7:30 because I don't want to miss any of it. All right, here we go. This has turned out to be a good game, like we all thought it was going to be so far. BYU won. BYU beat Wisconsin. That's a big, big blow to the Big Ten, like I said before. Well, more importantly than anything, it's a big, big blow to Wisconsin. That leaves no room for Wisconsin. They have to absolutely win out and win the Big Ten, which probably isn't going to happen. BYU is not that good. How could Wisconsin lose to BYU? That's pretty shocking, actually. All right, here we go. 3rd and 9 from the 20-yard line. Stidham in the shotgun. Throws the ball deep. Incomplete. 8 minutes and 40 seconds left. Auburn leads the game 21-13. And Auburn is going to bring the punt team on the field. And the field position right here is going to be favorable for LSU no matter what happens because Auburn's punting from their own 20-yard line. And anything less than a major mistake on Auburn's part, they should have pretty good field position for this drive. And they're only 8 points down. So we got a ball game. Mark Dudley says he'll come down and join us. Hey, man, come on. The more the merrier. As a matter of fact, anybody that's in the Clemson area or is going to be in the Clemson area the day of October 20th, I will be at the game. I will be there with our loyal viewer and friend of mine, Prince 6'1", who you see in the comment section from time to time. And we will definitely be tailgating out there before and probably after the game. And like I said, anybody that's in the area, come see us. Drink a beer with us. All right, here we go. 1st and 10, 29-yard line of LSU. Joe Burrow drops back in the pocket, throws it over the middle, complete, wide open, and he's off to the races. He's off to the races. Inside the 20, inside the 10, touchdown LSU. I don't know what that was. Definitely a blown coverage on Auburn's part. That guy, he could have been more open. Look at the Auburn fans on TV. They look shocked and stunned. So now the question is, now you got to go for 2, right? Because it's 19-21. Auburn with the 2-point lead. Only makes sense to go for 2 here. Wow, first play from scrimmage on this drive, and LSU just throws a dart to a wide open receiver who takes it all the way to the house. Wow. Here we go. 2-point attempt. 8 minutes and 18 seconds left. It's 19-21, and LSU's trying to tie it up with a 2-point conversion. See if they can do it. Auburn calls a timeout. Layla Covey, good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. I'm sure if you're here, you're amazing and fantastic. Otherwise, you would not be here. And she says, or he, I'm assuming it's a she says, go LSU. Big time play by LSU right there. Auburn, this game has sort of gone back and forth, right? The first quarter was all LSU. Second quarter was all Auburn. Third quarter was sort of a little bit more on Auburn's side. LSU didn't do much. And then, of course, these last few minutes, LSU's looking like they're the momentum has swung in their favor. So we'll see what happens here. This is a great game, though, so far. Here we go. 2-point conversion attempt, 19 LSU, 21 Auburn, 8 minutes and 18 seconds left. Let's see if LSU can tie it up with a 2-point conversion here. Burrow, back to pass. Looked, and incomplete. So no. So Auburn will maintain a 2-point lead with 8 minutes and 18 seconds left in the game. Still plenty of time. It's still anybody's game, obviously, with only 2 points. BYU rattled Wisconsin's kicker. Well, here's the thing. Wisconsin has no business letting BYU be able to beat them by that, to keep the game that close even. So, Paul Jameson, good afternoon, sir. Welcome to the stream. Are you excited about the game tonight? I know I am. Hey, what time does it start? I don't think anybody gave me the answer to that. Does it start 7 o'clock Eastern or 7:30 Eastern? The Ohio State and TCU game. The score is 21-19, Heather. Auburn. By Layla or Leela even. Can't read. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. Paul James says he's hyped. He will watch the stream until kickoff. He's going live at kickoff at 8. Okay. Well, I should be off before then. Unless this game goes to overtime, I should be off by then. And I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a great game. I'll be flipping back and forth between that one. There's 3 games I'm going to be watching at the same time. I think the Utah and Washington games on that at the same time. Maybe it's after. And of course the Alabama and Ole Miss game. But the one I'm really most interested in seeing is how Ohio State looks and how TCU looks for that matter. So I think that Ohio State should win the game pretty easily, but this has been a pretty crazy couple weeks in college football, hasn't it? We've seen a lot of teams struggle, a lot of teams lose even. I mean, today, every week there's been major upsets so far this year, and so it's just been a weird year. I'm not saying it's going to, there's going to be some kind of major upset with Ohio State tonight, but I wouldn't be shocked if there were. It's just the way things are going right now. Wisconsin loses to BYU today. Paul says Ohio State's going to blow out TCU. All right. Well, I believe you. We'll see. What's the score Who scored the touchdown for LSU? I didn't even look. It was a receiver. I don't know. I don't know what his name was. It was like a 70-yard play, 60-something yard play. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Auburn's got the ball at the 25-yard line. 8 minutes and 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Auburn holds a 2-point lead over LSU, 21-19. Stidham is in the shotgun. The ball is snapped. Obvious passing play. Steps back, throws a short screen, and the running back is taken down at the line of scrimmage. A lot of running around in motion for absolutely no gain. So it'll be 2nd and 10, and they are calling a holding play against Auburn. That'll make it even more of a hill to climb. Gus Malzahn looks like he's about to blow a fuse and have a coronary all at the same time, and I don't blame him. Listen, both these teams have had a lot of success moving the ball with the deep pass today. And they still continue to do this dinking, dunking behind the line of scrimmage bull crap. They both had success running the ball. They both had success with deep plays, and they still continue to do these, lateral screen passes that get them nothing. I don't understand what they're trying to do. Anyway, 1st and 20. And the running back takes it up the middle for about 7 or 8 yards. 2nd and 12 or 13. 7 minutes and 30 seconds left. Auburn still with a 2-point lead. Auburn with the football. Well, Paul, no one thinks that you're delusional for thinking Ohio State is going to beat TCU. They should beat TCU, shouldn't they? First of all, I agree. I picked anybody with that doesn't have any sort of allegiance to TCU picks Ohio State to beat TCU 9 times out of 10. But they still have to play the game, sir. So we'll see what happens. I agree that Ohio State should curb stomp TCU. Is that what's going to happen, though? I don't know. We'll find out. All right, here we go. 2nd and 11. Keyword should. Exactly. That's what highlight should. All right, 2nd and 11. Stidham from the 24-yard line. 7 minutes and 11 seconds left with a 2-point lead for Auburn. Hands it off to the back, and he gets about half of that, so it's going to be 3rd and 4 or so. Auburn really has a chance to just put the game away right here by scoring a touchdown. So you got 3rd and 4 from the 31-yard line. 6 minutes and 30 seconds left. Stidham in the shotgun. Stidham drop back in another obvious passing situation. They're not even trying to disguise it. Stidham running for his life, has nowhere to go, and they what are they doing? Auburn's play calling is terrible. It's almost as bad as Clemson's play calling, which is saying a lot. Clemson's play calling is terrible too today, last week too. All right, here we go. 4th and 5. Auburn's about to give the ball back to LSU. LSU's only down by 2 with about 5 minutes and 45 seconds left to play in the game. And the punt is up, and the LSU player calls for a fair catch. Fair catch is at about the 23 or 24-yard line. 23. All right, we'll see what LSU can do here. LSU, all they have to do to take the lead is get a field goal here. Then all the pressure will be on Auburn to try to take this thing to overtime or win or lose. Paul Jameson's saying he's got the most explosive. Ohio State has the most explosive offense. Well, we'll find out because we haven't played anybody to make that determination yet. Here we go. 1st and 10, LSU. And he's taken down for a loss, hands the ball off. So it'd be 2nd and 11. And 5.5 minutes left in the game. Jaden Stein says, "What the F are we doing?" I don't know what you're doing, but I'm doing a live play-by-play and reaction stream for this game right now. That's what I'm doing. All right, here we go. 2nd and 11. Joe Burrow in the shotgun. Drops back to pass, throws it. Ooh, I don't know what that was. Bad pass. Anyway, incomplete. So it'll be 3rd and 11. Under 5 minutes to go in the game, and Auburn still holding on to a 2-point lead over LSU. This is obviously a very big down for LSU right here. They need to keep this drive going. Auburn's defense needs to step up if they want to win this game. Yes, I agree. Oh, you meant Auburn. Okay. All right, 3rd and 11, Joe Burrow. Back to pass, another obvious passing situation. Way overthrown. A flag comes out of nowhere. I don't know who they're going to call that on. I mean, that ball wasn't even catchable, was it? It looks like it's going to be against Auburn. I mean, what? Yeah, pass interference against Auburn. The only thing you couldn't do was what they just did. Mental mistakes. Yeah, I know I haven't emailed you, Paul. I've been dealing with this hurricane thing. Now that the hurricane's over, I'll have more time for that. And you just got to let me know when you're doing it. I'll email you. I promise. I've had a lot of people wanting to do collaboration videos this week for the Carolina Panthers and Atlanta game. I haven't got back to them. I haven't got back to you. I haven't got back to anybody, really. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Joe Burrow, incomplete. Hawaii lost to Army? Is that true too? Wow. All right, here we go. 2nd and 10. 4 minutes and 44 seconds left in the game. Auburn still holding on to a 2-point lead. LSU has the ball at their own 38-yard line. Joe Burrow, design quarterback run, again for no freaking reason. Why do they keep doing that? It's either a pass with them or a design quarterback run. Did somebody forget that LSU actually has running backs on their team? What is going on with this play calling? That's like the 3rd design quarterback run we've seen in this quarter from Joe Burrow. And guess what? Every time it doesn't work. Exactly. Jimmy C says, throw the damn ball. It's the only way to win. Either that, if you're going to run the ball, at least give it to the running back, not Joe Burrow. All right, Burrow back to pass, throws to the right. It's caught. Oh, I don't know if he got the first down, though. It's close. Yeah, they give it to him. Yeah, it's going to be first down. Big time 3rd down conversion there. They really needed that. That game was, that was really, the game could have been over if they didn't convert a 3rd down there. So huge play conversion there by LSU to keep this thing alive. We're inside 4 minutes. We're at 3 minutes and 40 seconds. The time is running. 1st and 10. Auburn has a 2-point lead, and they have the ball at the 48-yard line. Joe Burrow back to pass, throws deep. Incomplete. So that'll stop the clock. So we're now at 3 minutes and 30 seconds. 2nd and 10, right around midfield. LSU looking for some way to at least get in field goal range to take a lead here. They're only down by 2. A field goal would put them 1 point up. That's all they really need. Obviously, they would prefer a touchdown to keep Auburn from being able to win with a field goal when they get the ball back. But here we go. 2nd and 10. 2-point lead for Auburn from midfield, 48-yard line. Joe Burrow in the shotgun. The RPO. He keeps it for himself. Runs up the middle for about 5 yards, 6, 7 yards maybe. Now it's going to be 3rd and 3 or so. Another run for Joe Burrow. That was probably the best one he's had as far as a design run goes. So he's down right around the 45-yard line in Auburn territory. Yeah, Auburn's defense does look like they're getting a little bit tired here. Here we go. Big, huge 3rd down right here, obviously, for LSU. This could be the game. 3rd and 4 from the 45-yard line. Burrow in the shotgun, trying to lead a comeback here. Burrow keeps the ball again and gets absolutely hammered for a loss, for a big loss. Again, I'm going to say it again. Why do they keep doing these designed runs with Joe Burrow? Did something happen that I missed when Joe Burrow became a great runner? He's got more carries in the 4th quarter than the running backs for LSU do. What in the hell are they doing? I don't even care who wins this game, but I'm telling you, that is just bad play calling. 4th and 7, they're going for it. Burrow throws complete. So not only did LSU just get the 1st down, but they are right near the field goal. They're right on the borderline of field goal range, which all they need is a field goal to take the lead here. That was a huge, huge play. And guess what it was, guys? Guess what? Anybody who's been watching this stream since the beginning, I've been calling it. I've been saying it. I've been screaming it from a mountaintop. I even tattooed it on my forehead at halftime. These short slant plays, Auburn is not protecting. Every time they have a 3rd or a 4th and long, LSU throws a slant play over the middle, and it's converted every single time. Here we go. 1st and 10. Joe Burrow throws it up. That's definitely a flag. Where's the flag? No flag? Okay. Anyway, 2nd and 10. That definitely should have been a flag, but doesn't matter. Blacklist D. Kuo says, run the ball, dude. Yes, I agree. Burn the clock and get the field goal, run it. I agree, but no, they won't do that. You want to know why they won't do that? Because Ed Orgeron doesn't have 2 brain cells in his head. That's why. He's got some big old cojones, though. All right, here we go. 2nd and 10 from the 40-yard line. Burrow in the shotgun. Again, back to pass. Throws it deep down the left side. Incomplete. Flag. Again. How many pass interferences have been called on Auburn tonight? I haven't been keeping count. At least 5. Right? 4 or 5? Auburn is blowing this game right now. Pete Orgeron has called that all day, but they don't understand him. Yeah, so Auburn's imploding right now with these penalties. Here we go, 1st and 10. They're well in field goal range now. They're inside the 35-yard line, 34-yard line. Burrow under center. Now they run the ball with the running back. Haven't seen that in a while, have we? Listen, LSU controls the they control the game right now. All they've got to do is just run the clock down, get as close as they can, and kick this field goal to win it. Yeah, just take care of the ball. If you're an LSU fan, you don't want fumbles, you don't want anything crazy. If they let Joe Burrow throw this ball in the next 37 seconds, I'll be shocked. And if they run it with him, I'd be shocked too. They shouldn't do that. All right, they hand it off again to the running back, and same thing, no gain. 3rd down, looks like Gus Malzahn's about to have a heart attack. Calls a timeout. So 28 seconds left. Auburn calls a timeout. So LSU, all they need to do here is control the ball, run the clock down a little bit, kick a field goal, and get out of there with a 1-point win. Bordeaux Titans says, dude, I just want LSU to win. I don't care how. Well, yes, I would agree if you're an LSU fan. Doesn't matter how you win. Just matters that you do win. Duke 40-27 over Baylor. Oof. Duke's undefeated, and Duke has now curb stomped 2 non-conference teams on the road. They curb stomped Northwestern last week. They curb stomped Baylor today. Duke is don't be surprised if Duke wins the Coastal Division. I'm not kidding. Here we go. 3rd and 7. On the 21-yard line, Joe Burrow under center. I mean, he's just going to try to get this ball to the middle of the field, I would imagine. Give it to the running back. He's stopped for a no gain. So here we go. 4th down. It's going to be from about the 26-yard line, the field goal attempt. Auburn's out of timeouts. The clock continues to run. I'm guessing Orgeron's going to get it down to around 5 seconds or so and then call a timeout for the last play. Yeah, so he called a timeout with 2 seconds left. I don't know why he did that. That doesn't give you any room for anyway, the point is 2 seconds left. Kick field goal to win it for LSU or to lose it if they miss the field goal. A lot of pressure on this field goal kicker. We'll see. Auburn controlled the majority of this game. I mean, first of all, Auburn they came out looking terrible in the first quarter. LSU owned the first quarter. Auburn owned the second and third quarter and the majority of the fourth quarter, and somehow just completely imploded and let LSU get back in this thing. But you got to give credit to LSU. They never gave up and continued to fight. And here we are, 42-yard field goal attempt for the win or the loss. The kick is up. And it's good. LSU wins the game. Big time upset. Big time upset. And I would say you would have to call that. I realize that Ed Orgeron beat Auburn last year as well. But I think that you would consider this to be a signature win for Ed Orgeron. A road win against a top. What's Auburn's rank? 7 against a top 10 team in the SEC, in the division even. Huge win for Ed Orgeron and the LSU Tigers. I got to tell you, I'm surprised. I'm not only am I surprised that LSU's undefeated, I'm surprised that they manhandled Miami the way they did. Now, I'm not saying that Miami's a better team than LSU. Clearly they're not. But they manhandled Miami week 1, and then they go on the road and beat a top 10 Auburn team. I thought Auburn was the better team. Hats off to Ed Orgeron. I mean, listen, I give this guy so much crap on YouTube, and I'm going to continue to do that because he's so much fun to make fun of. He's such an easy target to make fun of. But you got to give the guy credit. Here's one thing about Ed Orgeron that I like. First of all, he's very passionate about his university, and I got respect for that. And second of all, the guy's got a big, giant set of cojones. All the times he's got 4th and shorts, he goes for it, and he gets them more than he doesn't. He's a very gutsy play caller. So there you have it, folks. Was it a great win by LSU or a choke by Auburn? I consider it to be a great win by LSU. Time to watch Bama kick ass now. Everybody's talking about the games that are coming up. Yes, I will be definitely paying a very close attention to the Bama game, Bama games. What channel is that on? I'm trying to find it right now. Here we go. It's on, ESPN, Alabama and Mississippi, and then, of course, Ohio State and TCU tonight. All right. Well, I guess that's it, guys. First of all, I had a great time, like I always do. I mean, you guys coming on here, you guys make the show. Obviously, if it weren't for you, I'd just be sitting here talking into a microphone like a moron, which is pretty much what I do anyway. Anyway, if you're new here and this is your first time coming across Pigskin Pete's YouTube channel, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a single dollar to do that. And I give you lots of great content throughout the college football season and even some NFL stuff. 3 live shows a week. I do 2 hour-long live shows during the week on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 4 p.m. for 1 hour. And I pick one primetime college football game every single weekend. Today it was Auburn and LSU. Next week it could be somebody else. I don't discriminate. I'm a Clemson fan, but I don't just do Clemson games. I do whatever the big game of the week is, where I can watch a great game and have fun with you people. And, of course, during the week, I also do some meaningless and pointless videos that I upload where I probably say something about your team that you may not like. Or you may like it. I don't know. It depends on if you like punishment. Anyways, I've had a great time. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. All my moderators, you're awesome. You guys take care of the trolls and the people that get out of line, so I don't have to sit here and focus on that when I'm trying to call the game. I guess that's it, people. I don't know what game I'll be doing next week yet. I may even let you guys kind of steer me in the direction you want me to go. I may take a vote on that or something. I'm still trying to figure that out. But anyways, I've had a great time. I hope you did too. Go TCU. Great win, LSU. And that's it. I love all of you. Good evening, good afternoon, and good night, college football fans. Pigskin Pete, checking